history for Illinois Wesleyan basketball.
It's a Titan victory!
Two of college basketball's oldest rivals go head-to-head tonight as the Titans look to stay atop of the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. Live from Denny Bridges Court at Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan University, this is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW network. It is the 13th ranked Illinois Wesleyan Titans taking on the Big Blue from Millikin University. Good evening, I'm Eric Stock along with Joel Swanson. Glad to have you with us tonight. And Joel, the Titans come in on a roll. They've played some great basketball really over the last month. They have won 7 in a row, but coming up behind the Big Blue of Millikin, they played some very good ball of late, and they are contenders in the CCIW once again this year.
Yeah, they certainly are, and one of the better Millikin teams in quite a while. Kramer Soderberg's done a terrific job with this program, playing his style. But he's got some guards in that backcourt who are awfully good, and they're going to test the Titans here tonight. Illinois Wesleyan has played some really good basketball the last couple of weeks. And Eric, we really thought this was going to be a dynamic offensive team. And at times it is, but their defense has been rock solid so far this year. And that defense has carried them now to that 13-3 record.
Yeah, they've held opponents to 66 points per game. That's best in the league. Only 38% from the field, and a combined 53 points. They've held their last two opponents below their average for the season. North Park, a team scoring 90-plus, held them to under 70, and then held Wheaton, the second highest scoring team in the league, to only 61 points on their home floor on Saturday night. They face another prolific offense tonight in the Big Blue.
Yeah, Millikin's definitely got some guys that can score, and as I mentioned, most of those guys are in the backcourt that can really fill it up when they get going. I think Illinois Wesleyan's done a really nice job so far this year. First of all, being the best rim protecting team in the country. Absolutely outstanding in really taking away the lane, taking away the basket. They've made a lot of teams into jump shooting teams. If you're not knocking down outside shots, Titans are awfully hard to score on. They've really done a nice job on the boards the last few games, limiting second chance opportunities, and also taking away the transition from teams as well. They're going to face some really good guards here tonight. They're going to have to keep Millikin out of the lane. Millikin's got a couple of guys who can really shoot it from the outside. This is going to be a test here for Illinois Wesleyan, not unlike any conference game they played so far this year.
Well, we mentioned it was one of the oldest rivalries. It is one that goes back to the early 20th century. They are meeting for the 243rd time tonight. Illinois Wesleyan leads the all-time series 163-79. The Titans have won 34 of the last 37 head-to-head, but they'll likely have their hands full tonight against the Big Blue, who come in with a 4-4 conference record. They're already at the halfway point of the conference slate, and they are 12-5 in league play, though they're meeting the Titans for the first time this season tonight. Wesleyan comes in at 5-2 in the league, tied for Carthage for the top spot, and 13-3 overall.
Yeah, I think Saturday was a real eye-opener for Millikin and what they have the ability to be able to do. Carthage has an outstanding team. Carthage was absolutely on a roll in the conference, really handing it to their last few opponents. They went down to Decatur, and Millikin was able to knock them off. That was a big win for the Big Blue, and talk about a signature win. And trying to get back-to-back, right? Signature wins now, trying to come to Illinois Wesleyan and pick up a victory.
We'll preview the matchup in more detail. We'll hear from Coach Ron Rose after this timeout. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball. The Titans in the Big Blue on 88.1 FM, WBSN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW Network.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
All right, welcome back to Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan. The Titans taking on the Big Blue in this midweek matchup as the Titans get to the halfway point of the conference season. And Ron Rose's team looking for win number 8 in a row tonight. Well, Coach, coming into last Saturday, the team had pretty much a week to rest and regroup and prepare and played maybe its best basketball game of the year. With less time to prepare tonight, can you expect a similar performance?
Well, coaches are paranoid by nature. And, last week going in, I was optimistic because of the added rest and the added preparation, but you're worried about being rusty. And so this week, I like coming in tonight that we've got, that game Saturday under our belt, and now we're kind of back into that routine. We've had 2 good practices. This group has become a very good practice team. I think they've seen positive results of good practices leading into games have resulted in good performances. So we've had, even though we've shortened up our practices, they've been pretty sharp.
And how often do those good practices lead to good games immediately after?
Well, they make the coach feel better, I can guarantee you that. But I think, you can't practice poorly and play well very often, I think. So I do think this group has really grown, matured, come together. And I do think it certainly helps when you have guys that are focused and really paying attention to the things that you're working on, whether it's a fundamental skill or a game prep for a specific opponent.
What stood out about the game on Saturday was how well everybody understood their role and executed it to perfection, whether it's Noah Cleveland dominating the inside, Kason Lawrence hitting everything from the outside, Carlo Kolak taking away the best offensive player on the other team, and so on down the line. It seemed to be more so than we've seen throughout the season.
Well, the goal is always, as the year goes on, as you get to know the team better, is trying to put the players to establish roles and put them in positions to be successful. And to your point, I thought our guys really played to their strengths. You want a guy like Kason Lawrence that is an elite shooter. Give him every opportunity to get him in those positions to shoot the ball, and then do it a lot. Noah Cleveland, get him in positions where, he's going to be difficult to stop, and get him in those positions a lot. And I think our guys, have now played enough basketball together, experienced enough together to kind of know each other right now, what each other is good at. And I've really enjoyed watching our players help each other excel. I think of Carlo Kolak driving the lane, getting into the paint where he could have shot it, but he sees Kason wide open at 3 and gives it up for an open 3. And you could go on and on in those cases. So I do believe the group is coming together nicely in terms of understanding what it's going to take to be really a good basketball team.
On the defensive end, you guys held Soren Richardson to 9 points. He was the league's leading scorer. He is now no longer the league's leading scorer. It is now Lane Tolman, who you guys will try to defend tonight.
Yeah, Lane's a load. He's really good. We've known Lane a long time. Lane from local DMAC came to our camps when he was a kid. Really talented, and what I really respect is how hard Lane has worked at it. He was pretty thin coming out of high school. He's not thin now. I mean, he is put together. He's strong. He's tough. He's always been able to shoot the basketball, but he's added pieces to his game every year. And, you know, the extra attention that we gave Richardson Saturday, we have to give to Lane tonight.
Millikin's gotten a lot better this year. Tolman is a holdover from last year's team. They've got a few others, but what's made them so much better this year?
Well, you know, Millikin, you have to beat them. They don't beat themselves. I think what's happened is kind of from our earlier discussion of they've got three guys, Winkler, Straughter, and Tolman, who do the majority of their scoring. And they do a great job of getting those guys in spots that are difficult to guard. And then there are other guys that are primary responsibility is not scoring, have played their roles incredibly well. You just have to look at their rebounding numbers to see that they're the number one rebounding team in the conference. And I think they're plus 5 points something. And right now we're third, and that's going to end up being, I think, an important statistic at the end of the night. But we have to keep them off the boards. But like a guy like for us last year in Marco Anderson that knew what he was really good at and went to the glass and played his role to perfection, they've got guys that are playing the roles really well.
So aside from rebounding, other keys for the win tonight? Well,
they can score the ball, and I love the direction our defense is going. I think we've been very stingy there. I also am excited about the pace in which we're playing offensively and how the ball's moving. And so I hope we can make it tough on them to get the shots from number 3, 4, and 7, and then get out and run a little bit. But rebounding, I think, is the number one thing tonight.
We appreciate the time. Best of luck, and we'll talk afterwards.
Thanks, Eric.
All right, Titans coach Ron Rose as his team prepares for the Big Blue of Millikin here tonight as we look for our players to watch.
Yeah, let's first of all start with the Big Blue and the star for them. As mentioned with the interview with Coach Rose, leading scorer in the CCIW, Lane Tolman. He's coming off a monster game, 35 points against Carthage on Saturday. Can fill it up inside and out. Be interesting to see coming off the ball screen what Illinois Wesleyan does with him. Carlo Kolak's going to get the major assignment on him tonight. Be interesting, though, when Millikin goes to the ball screen, if you switch, especially with a smaller guard, will he post them up inside? Tolman can take those smaller guards inside. He can play inside and out. He can shoot it, but he is a big, strong young man. That'll be a tough matchup for Illinois Wesleyan tonight. On the other side for the Titans, Mason Funk, all-around great player for Illinois Wesleyan. He can score on the offensive end, but probably the best part of Mason's game is probably on the defensive end. Uses those long arms to block shots inside, uses that length to be able to get steals on the perimeter. He can guard 4 positions for you on the floor. Boy, Mason is a leader of this team. He does a lot for Illinois Wesleyan and doesn't necessarily have to score to be a huge factor in a game. His defense has been huge for the Titans so far this season.
All right, those are your players to watch. We'll have the starting lineups to the opening tip coming up after this timeout. We'll be back in 2 minutes. This is Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WBSN, IWSports.com, and the CCRW Network.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Welcome back to Shark Center. Illinois Wesleyan and the Big Blue tipping off here in a couple of moments on a busy Wednesday night for basketball when the CCIW Augustana plays at North Park tonight. Carroll has North Central in Naperville, and Carthage will play at Elmhurst, while the Illinois Wesleyan women return to action tonight as they're playing at Carthage in a key CCIW tilt. The Titan women are looking to stay undefeated in league play, and the Titans and Carroll will play in Kenosha in a men's-women's doubleheader on Saturday. We'll have both games for you starting at 2 o'clock. For the Big Blue, they started the year well, 5-0 and 7-1. Then had a bit of a stumble. They dropped 3 out of 4, but a signature win in Decatur on Saturday, knocking off the league leaders in Carthage, a 3-point victory. And looking to pull off another one here tonight. They're 5-4 on the road this year with a 12-5 mark overall. Illinois Wesleyan is 6-1 here on their home floor this year. Their only defeat coming against Wisconsin Stout back in November, and they come in on a 7-game win streak. The Titans were the preseason number 2 team in the CCIW. Millikin was just one above last, just ahead of Carroll. They have played above those expectations so far this year, now in 5th place in the league at 4-4, just a shade behind both Wheaton and Augustana in a very jumbled race in the middle. You've got 6 teams, all a game apart in the league race.
Yeah, and as we move closer to February, it's all about getting in that top 6, figuring out a way to get in that conference tournament. It's going to be tight, Eric. There's a lot of teams involved. North Central's going to have to play a lot better to be able to get up in that race, but they're very capable as well. And it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out in that conference tournament race.
Now we turn it over to Ben Alcine, the public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups.
Titan basketball. Tonight, for the 243rd time, the Millikin University Big Blue will play the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans. Millikin is 12-5 overall and 4-4 in conference play. The Big Blue are coached by Kramer Soderberg in his 5th season with a record of 57 wins and 61 losses. Illinois Wesleyan comes in 13-3 on the season and 5-2 in the CCIW, coaching the Titans in his 20th season at his alma mater with a record of 362 wins and 167 losses. Ron Rhodes. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, the IWU band to play the national anthem. Now, let's meet our starter. First, for the Big Blue of Millikin, 6'7" and a senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 2, Tion Spates. He's 6'2" senior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 3, Nate Strotter. 6'4" and a junior from Mackinac, number 7, Lane Toman. He's 6'5" and sophomore from Troy, number 8, McGrady Noyes. And a 6'1" freshman from O'Fallon, Missouri, number 9, Kobe Anderson. And now for the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan, 6'8" and a sophomore from Normal, 0, Noah Cleveland. A 6'5" junior from Normal, number 10, Mason Bump. 5'10" and a junior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 14, Cason Lawrence. 5'11" and a junior from Western Springs, number 15, Jackson Nigo. And a 6'5" senior from Glencoe, 22, Carlos Kolak.
Looks like the Big Blue without the services of Ian Winkler, the sophomore from Olney, one of their leading scorers. Went out after limited minutes of the game at Carroll about a week and a half ago and has not returned. The Big Blue in their road blue and white, Millikin across the front of their jerseys with white numbers, and the Titans in their home white and green. Titans across the front of their chests. Our officials for tonight's game with the referee is Jason Shook, and the umpires are Greg Gerritsen and Michael Kashersky, as Noah Cleveland at 6'8", tips up with 6'7", Tion Spates Jr., and we're getting underway here from Shark Center. And it's won by the Titans easily. Jackson Nigo at the controls, and he sets it up across the timeline going left to right. Rolls off a pick to the left, gets it out to Lawrence with a head fake, moves toward the baseline, has to give it up to Cleveland, hands back to Lawrence. Lawrence with the drive and the kick out, gets it back, shovels it into the post and threw it away. Knocked away by Spates, loose, but they couldn't corral it. Titans keep it. Now it's back out to Lawrence on the right side to Kolak. On the dribble drive, backs down, spins, leans in, outside the half circle. Got stripped as he elevated for the shot. Got stripped by McGrady Noyes for the first. No, Leighton Tolman got the game's first foul, a shooting foul that will send Kolak to the line.
Yeah, good job by Carlo getting downhill. That's his game right there. Put that head down, get in the lane, draw contact. Many times be able to shoot over the top of a nice little 15-footer as well. Good free throw shooters, but knocking down that three ball pretty consistently as well, Eric. That makes him really dangerous on the offensive end.
68% at the line for Kolak. Titans have gotten better at the stripe in the last few games. Still 63% as a team, as he gets both here to put the Titans on the board first.
Now Wesleyan comes out with a little token pressure. The point guard there is Kobe Anderson, just a freshman. Has really good speed, though, from that perimeter position.
Anderson unloads it to Tolman at the top. Swings the ball wide right to Starter, the 4-year starter on this Big Blue team. Now Tolman rolls off a pick, draws the double on the baseline, gets the ball to the top to Spades, 8 to shoot. With a handoff, Anderson gets it down low on Nigo, threads it into Tolman, pushes it up with the left hand, comes up short, and Cleveland has the rebound for the Titans.
Yeah, this kind of ran into the big guy right there, and that's where Illinois Wesleyan has excelled, is at the rim defensively.
Nigo on the left side in front of the Big Blue bench. On top to Kolak. Kolak gets it down low to the post. Nice job off the double. Finds Funk. They zip it out left side. Lawrence for 3. Off the front of the 10. Pulled down by Spates for the Big Blue.
Cason Lawrence has now made more threes than anybody else in the conference after a big night at Wheaton on Saturday.
He's consistently getting 4 or 5 from deep in recent games. Over 60% during the Titans' 7-game win streak. Tolman on the drive at the foul line. Pass battled away. A backhand steal by Nigo. Nigo with a 3-on-2. Unloads right wing to Lawrence. The break slows down. They go to the half court. Funk at the top. Pulls up. Fakes. Nothing there. Out to Kolak on the wing. Titans up by a pair. Free throws. Nigo on the hesitation. Cuts to the goal. Then loops it into the second row. Looked like he had a layup opportunity, but passed up the 2 for the 3. It ends up in a turnover.
Yeah, and he doesn't turn it over very often, only averaging 1 turnover a game. Boy, his turnover to assist ratio has just been outstanding so far this year.
Yeah, best in the league by a mile.
Yeah, by a significant margin.
Yeah, nearly 4-to-1 assist to turnovers. But that giveaway there gives the Big Blue a chance. Strawder in the corner. Brings it out to Anderson to the right side to Spates. Spates backs down on Cleveland. Now looks for a handoff. Does so to Toman. Knifes in left of the lane. Leans it off the window for two.
Strong move that time. You're going to have to keep him away from his left hand. Well, he is a big, strong kid. And as I mentioned, he'll do as much in the post as anywhere else.
Tied at 2. Top of the key, it's Kolak. Kolak looking left side to Nigo. Ball on the wing to Funk. 2-2 game behind the back dribble by Mason. He gets it down deep, kicks into the corner to Kolak, fakes a shot, passes out. Lawrence, long three, shot it off the heel, no. Tip kept alive by Cleveland, but then Funk could not corral the dribble and lost it out of bounds.
Now, Kason Lawrence off to a slow start after he got off to a red-hot start against Wheaton on Saturday. When Wheaton was trying to tag him all the way over half court as he was launching threes from deep.
Yeah, it was 6 for 9 from 3 in that game, and a career high for the Titans with 22 points. As we're tied at 2. On the right side, it's Noyes. Strawder back out of the wing, up top to Spates. Spates to the left side at the elbow. Shuffles it back to Anderson as he burrows his way into the paint. The floater from 10, no good. Spates with the offensive rebound, a foul on the putback.
Yeah, guys doing their job. That's what Coach Rose talked about. And that's Spates' job right there. Collect offensive rebounds, play some post defense inside. That's what happens, though, when you get in that scramble mode. As Anderson was able to get downhill inside. All of a sudden, you got guys on the scramble. That leaves over in that offensive rebound on the weak side, and Spates took advantage of that.
Makes the Big Blue, the best rebounding team in the league, as Coach Rose alluded to, +8 per contest. Titans are +4 per game. And Spates, only a 50% free throw shooter, knocks both down to put the Big Blue on top for the first time at 4-2.
That's what you're going to have to do, though, to come and pick up the win on the road against Illinois Wesleyan. Guys knocking down shots, taking advantage of opportunities.
Funk rolls to the right, unloads into the corner, out to Cleveland, stares down his man, Spates, goes between the legs, pops a 19-footer, rattles out. Rebound Strawder for the Big Blue.
A good-looking shot that time by Noah, just didn't go down.
Strawder glides to the right, unloads to Anderson, puts on the brakes, has to back it up against Nigo. Strawder now on the wing to Spates. Spates now looks to penetrate, has to give up the rock into the corner. Baseline is Noyes, knocks his defender down, and it's an offensive foul on the sophomore from Troy, Illinois.
You're going to see a lot of those handoffs. Illinois Wesleyan will try to fight over the top as much as they possibly can with some guards that can really shoot it and also turn the corner. We'll see how much Illinois Wesleyan will switch those interchanges out front. You got to be careful, especially with the smaller guards, with Jackson in there, as well as Kason Lawrence. So that'll be interesting to see how they defend that.
David Williams, the senior from Peoria, Notre Dame, bringing the ball up now to Cleveland at the right elbow as he sweeps down baseline with a spin. The double team broke it up. It was Noyes, the help defender, to slap it away, and the turnover to the Big Blue.
You can see how they're going to defend him. It's going to be a quick double. That's what it's been every single time he's touched the ball so far. It's been a quick double. Get there fast.
Titans steal without a field goal in 4 minutes. They're only down by 2. Noyes at the left elbow. Hands off to Strawder. Elevates. A 16-footer was long. Cleveland the rebound for the Titans. Wesleyan 0 for 3 from the field. Down by 2. Top of the key, it's Cleveland. Looks for the handoff to Williams at the top. David Williams back on the right to Cleveland. The double closes in. He puts the ball on the deck. Unloads out to Kolak. Kolak a head fake. Backs down. Out to Williams. David Williams, right side. Kolak, a long three. Shot at long. Space rebounds.
Yeah, so far Millikin doing an outstanding job on the defensive end. It's a quick double, and they've done a really good job of getting out to the shooters there and making it difficult for Cleveland to reverse the ball quickly.
4-2, Millikin on top. Noyes out to Strawder. Back to Noyes. One hops the baseline to Spates. On the cut, finds Strawder, leans in, goes to glass. No. He caught Williams backpedaling. And David Williams, the senior, picks up the foul.
Yeah, I got to think Millikin is going to try to take Noah Cleveland out of the game completely here. They are bringing a really fast double team. There is no waiting at all to get down to that post area to double him. Wesleyan's going to have to make some adjustments. Going to be on their weak side cuts, how they're going to be able to get open. Noah can really pass the ball as free throw goes down that time for Strawder. Noah can really pass the ball. So we'll see if they can figure out where those doubles are coming from and take advantage of it, because Illinois Wesleyan's got some guys that can really shoot on the backside.
Kason Lawrence comes out of the game. Brady Ruggles is in. The 6'6" junior from Wheaton, Illinois. Second free throw is good. Strawder 84% at the stripe. puts the Big Blue up by 4. 5 minutes in.
Yeah, the Illinois Wesleyan has a big lineup on the floor right now with really those 3 large forwards.
All right, double down on Cleveland once again. They forced into a tie-up. It was Noyes combined with Pat Rigliasso, a 6'7" junior from Chesterfield, Missouri. And that gives the ball to the Big Blue on the alternate possession.
Well, again, nice quick double that time. Millikin bringing that second man fast. Noah brought the ball down, and they were right there.
Anderson carries the ball to the cross, guarded by Williams. Pass broken up at the steal. Behind the back dribble by Cleveland. Gets down deep, glides in for 2. What a sensational move by one of the best big men in college basketball. Playing the role of the little guy there. The strip, the scoop, and the score. And he gets the and one to give the Titans their first field goal of the night in 5 minutes and 21 seconds.
Yeah, nothing happening inside for Noah so far, so take the game to the perimeter. Great job getting up in that passing lane. Exactly how you teach it, that outside hand tip to yourself. Goes behind the back at midcourt, takes it all the way in, and finishes the and one.
Anderson with a foul, his first. A sensational three-point play by Cleveland as that cuts the lead to 6-5. As Anderson brings up the orange for the Big Blue across the 10-second line. Now on the left, Estrada. Man-to-man defense by the Titans. Williams playing it tight. Tillman on Kolak, backs down, draws the double, got bumped. Foul on Kolak, his first, team's third.
Carlos is one of the guys you're going to really have to keep out of foul trouble here in this contest. Be interesting because he's got Lane Tillman right now. They can rotate Mason Funk on him as well, and even go with Brady Ruggles. They all have that type of size.
But they also want to keep him out of foul trouble. Baseline jumper, good for Tillman. His second bucket. Nathan Bolt, the 6'10" senior from Barrington, is fresh into the lineup for the Titans.
Now the Titans wanted to push off on that particular play. That would have been a big call. That would have been Tillman's second foul.
Top of the key, Ruggles. Titans are down by 3. Hand off to Kolak. Back out on top to Bolt. Left side to Ruggles. Off the double. Flips the baseline to Bolt. Bolt backing down on Rigliasso. Into the paint. Pulling up. And the 6-footer spins out for Kolak. At the rebound to Noyes for Millikin.
Yeah, shots that certainly were going in Saturday. Not going in so far here for Illinois Wesleyan. They have to weather the storm a little bit.
Yeah, just 1 for 6 from the field. Top of the key. Noyes left all alone. Left of the lane. Barely skims off the rim. Kolak got a hand on it. It's loose. Diving effort by Bolt. Picked up by Tillman. Then the ball was kicked. Looked like it was by, evidently, it was a Millikin player.
I think Lane Tillman that time kicked it.
Evidently.
And it's going to belong to Illinois Wesleyan.
So Noyes is out.
And Jackson Nigo now back in the lineup here for the Titans. We'll see if they can find a little bit of offense here, as they have been very efficient on the offensive end the last couple of games. That has not been a problem. Off to a slow start tonight.
Coming off a career high 8 assists in the win against Millikin on Saturday night. Titans are down by 3. Whistle away from the ball. And they'll get Rigliasso for that foul against Cleveland.
A little holding foul out front that time. Coming off of that screen action there. 14 foul against Millikin.
Now the lob into Cleveland. The catch a little too far out. Draws the double, finds the ball. Baseline, went in for the dunk. It looked like he didn't get completely airborne and came up short. Back the other way to Tillman to glide again. Up strong for 2.
Yeah, strong move by Tillman right there. Off to an outstanding start. Yeah, Nathan Bolt, hopefully he's okay as he went up for that. Looked like an easy basket.
Yeah, it looked like he blew a tire on the way up, and the Titans are now down by 5, 7 minutes in. 10-5 our score, left of the lane. Nice spin, but Kolak ran into a double team, got it back, and the shot from underneath is off the mark, but a foul against the Big Blues. The Titans are trying to force the issue here on the offensive end with just 1 field goal in 7 tries and 3 turnovers.
Usually that offense goes through Noah Cleveland inside. Millikin's done a nice job taking that away here so far in the contest. First free throw up and around and out that time for Carlo Kolak. Usually when that ball comes outside, then, boy, you get a 3 ball from Kason Lawrence, maybe Jackson Nigo. Lawrence missed his first 2 3-point shots already in the game. So we'll see if they can get some guys going here as Kolak misses both free throws, and boy, the Titans off to a really rough start.
10-5 score, but then the ball thrown away. Good recovery by Nigo. Right side Ruggles into the corner to Bolt off his fingertips and out of bounds.
Yeah, Titans just need to settle down here a little bit. Off to a very rocky start here so far tonight. Settle back into the game here and do your thing.
So Kason Lawrence back in. Bolt and Ruggles check out with Funk returning. Yeah, only a 5-point game, even though it is not indicative of how rough it's been so far for the Titans here in this one.
Yeah, they certainly have had a hard time on the offensive end, but give Millikin a ton of credit. They've really played well defensively.
After playing a terrific game the other night against Wheaton, a three to the right wing is nothing but net for Chris Ketchum, the sophomore off the bench from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, he's really come on for Millikin. He's played quite a few minutes here the last few ball games. A nice job stepping out right there.
And they lead 13-5 at the left elbow. It's Mason Funk rolls to the right with handoff to Lawrence, back out to Funk. A contested three, skims off the rim, no good. Rebound, Ketchum. As he jogs the ball across, 8 minutes in. Ketchum slashing to the right, kicks it back out. Wrigley also not a three-point shooter. Otherwise, he was wide open. Has not taken one this year.
Yeah, a nice look off the pick and pop, but got to know your role.
Wrigley also going back out on top. It's 10 to shoot. Right side Starter looks for a seam to give and go. Wrigley also, that's more his game, but then had it blocked. I believe that was Nigo on the rejection.
Nigo.
On the other end, Funk for three. Skims off the rim. And the rebound to Tolman for the Big Blue.
That would have been Jackson Nigo's first block of the season, Eric. Coming from the weak side.
I think you're right. Well, the Titans are the leading shot blocking team in the country, so everyone has their role, but now the Titans just trying to find something on the offensive end as the Big Blue called timeout here with a 13-5 lead at 11:26 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, we talked about how efficient Illinois Wesleyan has been offensively in the last couple of games. But certainly really struggling on the offensive end here so far tonight. First 8.5 minutes of the contest, having a hard time finding the basket, but really not getting a lot of great shots either. Millikin's done a great job of double-teaming Noah Cleveland, bringing a quick double. They've had a hard time reacting to that so far, and then closing out the shooters. Really nice job by the Big Blue defensively so far in this contest. Illinois Wesleyan ice cold from the floor. We'll see if they can get it going as the game goes on, but certainly has been all Millikin here so far. Lane Tillman's done a nice job of finding his spots, attacking the rim here so far in the contest. Millikin, the Big Blue, doing a nice job playing to their strengths. The Titans certainly haven't found it from the field here so far in the contest.
And just 1 for 9, and their one bucket came on a break. Just Thrive Health, founded by Illinois Wesleyan baseball alum Billy Anderson and his wife Tina, proud parents of former Titan athletes Nina and Marco Anderson. Just Thrive. It takes guts to be healthy.
Well, we've seen Noah Cleveland guarded in a number of different ways so far this season. Nobody's been able to handle him. But probably the best 8.5 minutes of defense we might have seen in quite a while against the big guy inside. Bringing that quick double has been really, really effective for them. And that double has to be able to come fast. Millikin doing a nice job then rotating out on the backside. The problem with the double is you're going to leave somebody open, obviously, and then you're in a scramble formation. But the Big Blue have done a nice job. Their closeouts have not been very long so far. Been very effective.
Titan women are up 2 late first quarter at Carthage as play resumes here at Shirk Center. It is Strotter at the top of the key, swings to the left side to catch him. At the foul line, it's Noyes, rolls to the right, backs down, leans in, and blocked by Funk. So the Titans with blocks on consecutive trips. Funk among the league leaders in that area. The kick out to Niga, right wing for 3, too strong. Funk runs to the rebound, resets, back out to Kolak, left side to Funk once again. Funk stares down his man, up top to Kolak. 9 minutes gone by. Kolak on the drive, barrels inside, leans in, and draws the foul, I believe, on Strotter.
Yeah, boy, they gave up the lane quite easily that time. Boy, that really opened up. Usually there's a defender in the gap there that's going to at least help to cut off that dribble. There was nobody there. Straight line drive for Carlo Kolak, and probably the guy who does the best job of really getting downhill for the Titans, using that speed and that strength to be able to do so.
So Kolak back to the line, made 2 earlier. The first one is good.
And that breaks a 7-0 run there by Millikin. But we haven't seen Illinois Wesleyan struggle like this offensively in quite a while.
Kolak knocks them both down, and he'll check out of the game with 4 points. Grady Ruggles is back in. 13-7 the count in favor of the visitors as the ball lobbed into play.
We talked about Illinois Wesleyan has been very good defensively so far this year, and that's what's keeping them in the ball game here so far here tonight.
Couple new players in for the Big Blue. Eli Stipp, 6'7" freshman from Kankakee, and Caden Nichols, 6'3" sophomore from Newton, Illinois, in the southern part of the state. On the top, it's Ketchum. Over on the left to Nichols. Left elbow jumper, got it.
Yeah, able to go off that curl right there. Get a nice little 15-footer and knock it at home. That was well run that time by the Big Blue.
Millikin up 15-7 as they restore their 8-point lead. Nigo peers through the defense, right side to Ruggles, raises a 3, falls down, missed it, and Straughter the rebound. They look to run, but a 2-on-3. Titans get back. Straughter on the right, rolls off the pick, cuts back to the right, and guarded here by Brady Keel, the 6'6 junior from St. Louis. On the left, Noyes with the handoff to Ketchum. Ketchum backs up, now into the corner to Nichols. Nichols at the foul line. Over on the right to Stipp. At the foul line once again, back to Noyes, 7 to shoot. Ketchum moves his way inside, into the paint, falls down and threw it away. He slipped as he got into the paint. The bounce pass got away from him. Lane Tolman will come back in, along with Kobe Anderson for the Big Blue.
Well, they have to like that matchup, though. Ketchum at 6'5", going up against Cason Lawrence at just 5'10", 5'11". If he can get him down inside, they might be able to take advantage of that. Illinois Wesleyan did a nice job defensively there. They're just trying to fight over those interchanges as much as they possibly can. It's a physical way of playing defense, and the Titans have been very good at it all year.
Titans are 1 for 11 from the field as Funk pulls up long 2, and he knocks it down.
Maybe that'll get Illinois Wesleyan going a little bit offensively here. You know, really shooting the ball very poorly, but still down just 6 here, so able to hang around with good half-court defense.
Yeah, 15-9 as Anderson goes on the right. Into Stipp, back out to Noyes. On the left to Nichols, head fake on a shot, moves in against Ruggles. Bounce pass broken up by Ruggles, and the steal to Keel. The other way, it's Williams. Right side, Funk. Funk with a seam against the break and shovels the baseline to Williams at the foul line. Back over on the left to Funk. Funk raises a 3, short. And Tolman the rebound. Titans have been quick to shoot that 3 here tonight, and they've yet to make one in 8 tries.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get going. But nice job by Lane Tolman. He avoided the foul there, just kind of kept backing up. I think he surprised Mason Funk at the rim.
Anderson, he gets into the paint, leans in, a side saddle shot, no. Ball punched out near the perimeter and tracked down by Tolman. They get a fresh 20. Anderson, left side to Noyes, into the corner to Nichols. Nichols off the screen. Anderson, back up the right to Stipp. Stipp launches into the corner to Noyes, goes to baseline, leans in on Funk with a big-time rejection by Mason Funk.
Absolutely. Second block of the night for Mason Funk.
And the Titans now on the break. Back down, Funk out to Lawrence for 3. Got it.
Well, if they're going to find a guy to break a cold night from the three-point line, that's the guy to choose right there, and he knocks it home.
So the Titans end the drought after missing their first 8 3-point attempts. And here they are down by only 3. Nichols on the right, gets it out to Tolman. He looks to answer, and he does from the right wing.
Yeah, you cannot let him get free in any way, shape, or form. Nice job just kind of fading off that screen right there, and the lefty knocks it home.
He's the top 3-point shooter in the league at 47%, averaging 21 points per game, has 9 already tonight, and the lead is at 6-4 Millikin. Williams on the right, has a seam, runs into a double, kicks into the corner. Keel for 3, short. Tolman rebounds. And Anderson brings the ball across. Sets up on the right. Lawrence sticks with him. Nichols on the wing. Nichols out high to Noyes. On the right to Stipp. Back out to Nichols. Head fake on Ruggles. Pulls up, elevates. 16-footer no good. Tipped at a good box out there by Keel to claim the rebound.
Yeah, really nice job sealing that time by Brady Keel. That was a great rebound.
Funk left wing, pulls up, long 2, around the rim and out, no.
Yeah, a lot of jump shots for the Titans. With Noah Cleveland on the bench, you're going to see a lot of that. They were able to pound it inside pretty much at will against Wheaton on Saturday. Just not happening against Millikin so far tonight.
Cleveland's going to come back into the next whistle with a couple of teammates as we come under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Kolak also getting ready to return, along with Jackson Nigo and sophomore Connor Williams. At the top, Tolman runs into trouble at a travel as he took the ball into the gut of that defense with a couple of defenders on him. So we see Connor Williams, the sophomore from Stagg High School, in for the first time. He's worked his way into the rotation in recent games.
And the thing about Lane Tolman, though, is once he gets inside there, he is so strong. He can power to the basket. He is a well-built young man, and that's why he is so tough to cover, so he can play inside and out.
18-12 our score. Nigo on the left, on the attack, kicks it out. Williams shoots a 3, spins out. Tolman rebounds with a Big Blue.
Yeah, another 3-point shot from the outside. That was a pretty good look that time by Williams, just wouldn't go down.
Titans now 1 for 10 from beyond the arc tonight. Right side, Spades looks for a handoff. Has to unload, does so to catch him off the pick. Just under the arc. Anderson on the left, looking backdoor. Toma draws the double across to space. Hammered from behind. A clean block by Mason Funk, who's had some big-time rejections in this first half. Now his third as he swats that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, he's been everywhere so far for Illinois Wesleyan. We'll see if the Titans can really pick it up on the offensive end. They have really shot the ball poorly here to start this contest. We'll see if some of those outside shots start going down, but they've been getting outside shots. That's about it.
Nice lob to catch him, and he goes glass for two.
Yeah, he's a good athlete. Boy, throw that ball up there. Let him go get it. Put it in off the glass.
20-12. Millikin matching its biggest lead of the game. Now Nigo swings to the right side. The pass down low to Cleveland. Back out of the right to Connor Williams. Cleveland in the corner. The double team. Out to Nigo, hooks back out Williams around left side to Kolak. Kolak the drive of the dish. They swing it around to Nigo for three. Banked it, spun out, no good. And Funk tracks down the rebound. Looks to reset, ball tipped in the air by Stroughter. And he claims his own deflection with a couple of trailers. Down deep, plays it in, and gets the foul of Cleveland.
Oh, what a play that time by Stroughter as, again, Millikin fastest to the loose ball. Nothing going down for Illinois Wesleyan so far. And it's been all Millikin here so far tonight. I'm not sure Noah Cleveland, they caught a lot of Stroughter on that particular play.
Stroughter with 4 points as the lead swells to 10, biggest of the game so far. And Lawrence back in, Williams to the bench. First foul on Cleveland and the sixth. Make that the fourth team foul on the Titans. Free throw is good. And the lead up to 11.
Well, Millikin's done a great job on the defensive ends here so far. Getting out and really contesting those three-point shots. You look at Illinois Wesleyan trying to reverse the ball. There aren't a lot of open shooters out there right now.
Left elbow to Funk, the lob inside to Cleveland. Overshot him, but he appears to have been held.
Well, they've had a hard time entering the basketball from the wing, and every time they have, it's been a quick double down there. They went to the high-low that time, popping Mason Funk into that high post area. It's a seal down low for Noah Cleveland. They're trying to go over the top. It's really difficult to bring a help side defender then at that point. Hopefully they'll be able to open Noah up by doing that here, maybe later in the half.
Titans now with a bonus. That is the first foul on Spates. Seventh team foul. Free throw spins off. Tipped by Funk. No good. And the rebound corralled by Toman as the Titans have an empty trip down by 11.
Yeah, it's kind of been a nightmare half. No doubt about that for Illinois Wesleyan.
Toman to the right elbow. Back out to Ketchum. Ketchum holding it high. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. Anderson to the left. Off the pick. Bounce pass. Out to Ketchum with a jump step. Hard dribble. Down deep. And he goes glass for two.
And timeout now coming up for the Titans here as boy, it has been all Millikin. Boy, Illinois Wesleyan just hasn't had any answers here so far in this contest, especially on the offensive end. Thought their defense would allow them to be able to hang in this contest, but 12 points on the board right now. They're going to have to really get it going. This is a good Millikin team who's playing really well tonight.
Yeah, leading 25-12, 4:40 to go in the first half. When it comes to lunch, Park leading 43-27. The North Park Vikings have really started to backslide here in the last week or so. And Carthage getting a battle from Elmhurst tonight at Faggot Hall. The Firebirds up by 2, 30-28, with under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Illinois Wesleyan having their struggles here on the offensive end. We've seen this a couple times so far this year. At North Central, really struggled offensively at times against Elmhurst in the first half. Those are their two CCIW losses so far this year. UW Stout is struggling on their home floor offensively. So we'll see if they can get it going here and get themselves back in the game before halftime.
Now it's Nigo coming off the pick, dribbles the ball into the corner, now carries it back out to the wing, looks to feed the post, nothing there. Then instead he goes out to Funk. Top of the key, it's Kolak. Now in the left wing to Lawrence. Lawrence over by the Millikin bench, swinging around to the right. Now down low, another double team, and the trap from behind, and Ketchum poked the ball away, but he got the foul. Came so close to getting another steal. Ketchum's first, team's eighth. Big Blue with 8 fouls, but on 8 different players, so no one's in foul trouble yet.
Yeah, you kind of look at, they brought 3 guys that time. Well, that was a triple team around Noah Cleveland. It was coming really, really fast to try to get that ball out of there. And that's really been the strategy for the Big Blue. Boy, double fast, triple fast in that particular case. Get that ball out of there as quickly as possible as Noah's able to knock down that first free throw.
2 for 3 at the line tonight, 52% coming in. And the second free throw is good. Cleveland with 5. 25-14, Millikin on top. Pressure off of the inbound out near midcourt. Cleveland nearly got a hand on it, but Spates comes back to get it.
Yeah, Titans out there face guarding now, putting a little bit more pressure here on the Big Blues, but really been able to attack the glass the last few possessions down. They've got some guys that can get to the glass. They've got some good athletes on the perimeter.
Catch him on the right, looking back door into heavy traffic and broke it up and out of bounds off of Tolman's hands.
Yeah, just not open that time. I mean, Tolman's trying to run a back cut. The help side defender's there, and also the guy, Carlo Kolak, who's guarding him, is there as well. You really have to really get that pass and squeeze that in to be able to complete that one.
Under 4 till halftime. Titans are down 25-14. Cleveland with a handoff to Jackson Nego. Nego up top looking. Now back in the left to Kolak. Up top again to Funk. Funk looks left, waiting. Back over to Kolak. Kolak behind the back. Dribble, nearly lost his balance. Shot clock at 5, at 4. Lawrence goes behind the back, gets into the paint, burrows inside, throws the shot up as he was falling down, hit the backboard, and would go as a shot clock violation.
Yeah, as good a defensive possession and maybe as we've seen anybody have against Illinois Wesleyan so far this year. Just nowhere to go for the Titans. Millikin doing a great job switching some of those interchanges there, making it hard for them to reverse the basketball. And then you get late in the shot clock. Boy, Carlo Kolak's about 25 feet out. You got to make something happen. And that's just not Cason Lawrence's game. Getting in the lane to be able to make something happen at the end of the shot clock.
Now it's Tolman on the left side, going out to Noyes up top. Gets it off to Strader. Pulls up. Anderson back out to Strader. In the man-to-man. Spates left of the lane for the Big Blue. Looking guarded closely by Cleveland. Strader pulls up 14-footer, rimming off. Noyes collects the offensive rebound. They reset to Strader for 3. That's off at the back rim. Kolak has this uncontested rebound.
Got some good looks at the basket, though, that time for Millikin. Strader got a mismatch against the big guy trying to get out and guard him out front.
Funk at the top, the handoff to Nego into the corner. It's Lawrence, a 3 from the wing, no good. Tipped up and out of bounds. I'll say it was off of Noyes, so the Titans will get a fresh 20.
Yeah, pretty good look that time by Cason Lawrence. And boy, you just can't take that half a hedge step down to be able to stop and help on the dribble, because Cason can get that shot off so quickly. Lines that thing up. That's usually going to go down for him. Didn't go down there.
Titans now 1 for 14 from the three-point range. As the inbound comes into Funk, he'll pull up with a contested 16-footer. No. Tipped up by Kolak. No. Offensive rebound by Cleveland. They'll reset once again. Cross-court pass to Kolak. He'll raise a 3 from the wing, and he knocks it down.
Oh, there you go. Down to 3 right there. I think right now it's been kind of a nightmarish first half. You just want to kind of fight here the last 2:35. See if you're well on the ball game at halftime. See if you can get this thing down to 3 or 4 points.
Kolak now with 7, 25-17. Ball kick loose. Anderson hit off his knee. Titans get the turnover. They go ahead to Lawrence for 3. Got it.
Oh, there you go. Back-to-back threes now for Illinois Wesleyan. Let's see if Coach Soderberg might burn a timeout. He's going to let them play through it. Get it down to 5. And we'll see how much the Titans can shrink this lead before halftime.
Approaching 2 minutes until the break as Strader gets it across. Up top to Anderson. Off the pick by Spates. Spates now with a rock. Strader, Anderson once again to the top. Noyes on the cut of the free throw line. Flips the ball back out. Head fake by Anderson. Slashes toward the baseline. The cross-court lob, and he threw it away.
Yeah, not exactly sure where that pass was going. I think it was Strader on the weak side. Just put it right over his head. Boy, this is kind of where Illinois Wesleyan's defense is so valuable for them. A half where they have shot the ball terribly and still able to hang around in this contest right now. Down just 5 here with 1:49 to go in the first half.
On the left side, it's Kolak. Kolak off at the pick. Gets it down deep on Tolman off the glass for 2.
Yeah, nice job by Carlo Kolak. That really is his game right there. Getting downhill, adjusting that shot at the end. And here come the Titans.
A quick 8 straight. The lead down to 3. At 25-22. Now with the right, the handoff to Strader. Strader with a give and go down to Spates. Gets deep on Cleveland. Cleveland now has them bottled up. Kicks the ball back out to Tolman. Tolman to the dribble baseline, fading from 16. Got the friendly bounce for 2.
That is well done. Boy, that is creating your own shot right there. Boy, it's put your head down, turn the corner, and then a little fade. That's tough guard.
27-22. Millikin stems the tide now with a minute till halftime. Left side, it's Nego. Nego going up top to Lawrence. Back at the right to Funk. Funk got past his man. Goes for the dunk and got denied. Contested by Spates. Hit the rim. Fell off. No whistle. But Funk comes away empty-handed. Back the other way. As Anderson shuffles to the baseline. Lobs the ball back out to Strader. Now up top to Noyes. On the left to Spates at the foul line. Looking, unloads to Anderson with a give and go inside to Spates. The runner is good.
4 in a row now by Millikin. Nice job and a good answer by the Big Blue. And we'll see now if Illinois Wesleyan will settle for the last shot of the half. A really nice job by Millikin. Titans made a good run at him, got it down to 3. Now 4 in a row by the Big Blue here to get it back to 7.
Millikin brought their fans. They're chanting defense as the final seconds wind down in the first half. Cleveland at the top, looks for the handoff to Nigo. Nigo chest pass right side. Lawrence at 4, at 3. Lawrence defender falls down. Lawrence for 3, no. And no one gets the rebound as the first half comes to a close. Well, the Titans showed some life in the final minutes. They scored 8 straight, but Millikin ends the half with back-to-back buckets to seize momentum going into the locker room, ahead by 7.
Yeah, certainly on the offensive end, boy, Illinois Wesleyan about as poorly as they have played so far this season. Defensively pretty good, holding Millikin to 29. I think both these teams feel like they didn't play very well on the offensive end of the floor. Give the Big Blue a ton of credit. They had a great defensive game plan in that first half. Titans are going to have to come out fired on half number 2 if they're going to find their way back into this contest. Could be a lot worse for Illinois Wesleyan right now, the way they shot the ball in that first half, down to just 7. But tip cap to the Big Blue. They played a really nice defensive first half.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, they will be honoring the Illinois Wesleyan women's volleyball team, which advanced to the Elite 8 and had one of their best seasons in history. We'll also hear from a couple of their players coming up here at the intermission. It's 29-22 Millikin. Back in a moment. This is Titan Basketball on 881 FM, WBSN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW Network. And welcome back to Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan. Eric Stogg with Joel Swanson and our crew here at Shirk Center as the Titans trail the Big Blue 29-22 at the intermission as Illinois Wesleyan looks to extend a 7-game win streak. But in the meantime, they will now recognize the Illinois Wesleyan Women's Volleyball Conference champions.
Illinois Wesleyan won the 2025 CCIW regular season and tournament championship, never dropping a match in conference play for the second straight season. It is the first time in program history that IWU has won back-to-back championships. The Titans earned the CCIW's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament and earned hosting rights, where they advanced to the regional championship for the second straight season and the third time in the program's history. Trying their best to finish, Illinois Wesleyan won 28 matches and the most under head coach Kim Nelson-Brown, and the most since 1989. Congratulations, Titans.
Yeah, congratulations indeed to the women's volleyball team. They made it so much fun here at Shirk Center in the fall as they set a program record and came so close making it to the national finals, which Shirk Center hosted as well in early December. So we congratulate them once again. We'll hear from a couple of their players in just a moment. 29-22, Millikin with the lead. We'll take a break. We'll look at other scores in the CCIW as they've gone to half at Elmhurst. Blue Jays lead Carthage 38-35 at the intermission. Also at halftime, North Central leads Carroll 32-31. Augie over North Park 49-32 as well. And the Illinois Wesleyan women have now gone to halftime as they lead 39-27 at Carthage. We'll take a timeout. We'll hear from a couple of Titan volleyball standouts. We'll be back in a minute. This is Titan basketball on 88.1 FM, WBSN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW Network.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
We didn't just want to add strains, we wanted to add results. So at Just Thrive, we were very specific about finding strains that work synergistically to improve the overall microbiome in a way that you could feel it. For example, reducing bloating, improving the immune response, improving digestion, working on leaky gut. These are all things you will feel when you start to use a product that is formulated in a synergistic way. Try the Just Thrive probiotic and antioxidant and see how microbial synergy.
And welcome back to Shirk Center here at Illinois Wesleyan University. The Titans have a deficit to come back from in the second half as Millikin leads 29-22 here at the intermission. I'm Eric Stalk with Joel Swanson. Joel will be rejoining us here in a couple of moments. But first, we want to take a few moments and reflect on what was really a magical season for the Wesleyan women's volleyball team, which advanced all the way to the Elite Eight, to the Sweet 16 this past year. We want to welcome Hannah Teller and Cannon Boyd to the broadcast here tonight. Hannah, let's start with you. I want to get your reflections as we've had a couple of weeks after the season came to a close. What a remarkable run the Titans had. What are your thoughts on it as you reflect back?
I mean, we definitely wanted to go a little further than we did, but I'm still super proud of the whole season, and everyone just gave their all, and it was just this remarkable season, and we're all just such great friends, so I couldn't have asked for a better time.
Ken, how about you?
Yeah, I think she said it best. We definitely had a really special group this year, and we definitely expected to go a little bit further, but I feel like all in all it was a really, really special season and successful.
What was fun to watch is the fun and the energy that you all seem to be having on the court, night in and night out. Even when things didn't get off to a great start, the way you always came together as a team. And I don't know if that bonding as a unit made this team that much better. How would you say?
I definitely think it had a huge, our connection and relationships that we had a huge part in how successful we were on the court. And I've never been a part of a team that has this close and like such a tight-knit group. So that definitely impacted us on the court.
Yeah, I think we're all friends on and off the court, so you could really see that carry over.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a particular moment that comes to mind that you're especially fond of or proud of, or that you'll be thinking about 10, 20 years from now about this season, or just your time here at Illinois Wesleyan?
I feel like just playing on our home court, the energy in Shirk is unlike anything I've ever been a part of, and I feel like that's something that I'll definitely miss most and remember is just the atmosphere in here and having all the fans in here. I remember, I don't know if it was Theta Chi or one of the fraternities had a mom's night and had all of their parents come in to watch us play, so that was really special. Playing here during the NCAA tournament was incredible.
And Hannah?
Yeah, all the postseason was great with the fans, but I'd say just overall, I'm just going to miss the girls, and being able to see them every day at practice, even when things were tough, they're the ones who make it worth showing up for. So.
And both of you took a somewhat unconventional path to come to Illinois Wesleyan, coming here for the last 2 years. Can you reflect on why you decided to come here? Kevin?
I think the team culture and definitely the coaching staff had a huge thing to do with why I came here. It's very organized and such a tight-knit. The alumni are super, super supportive, and I couldn't have asked for a better place to come into halfway through the year.
Yeah, I'd agree. The coaches and the girls were so welcoming and just kept up with me throughout my season coming into my junior year, and so I think they had a big impact, and then just everyone was super nice when I got on campus.
So it's been really one of the best runs that the volleyball team has had in its history, but how do you lay the foundation to keep this going as you both move on and a stellar, maybe the best senior class that the Titans have ever had?
I mean, the biggest part about all of this is we have leaders in our freshman and sophomore and junior classes that will carry on all of the traditions and all of the morals that we have as a team. So I feel like there's definitely the best is yet to come.
Yeah, I'd say everyone is just so disciplined on our team, and we feel 100% confident that they're going to go out there next year and do everything they can to be successful as a team, and so we're looking forward to seeing that.
Now that you're, I guess, mostly focusing on academics, now that the athletic portion of the season's over, what's in the future for both of you as you prepare to graduate in a couple of months?
I'm an elementary education major, and I'm hoping to get my master's in special education. But coaching is definitely going to be in my path down the road, and I'm never going to stop playing volleyball, so I'll definitely be a part of any rec leagues or co-ed leagues that there is going on. But
academic All-American here, too. Hannah?
I'm a kinesiology major, and I'm starting PT school at Bradley come May, so I'm excited for that.
Outstanding. Well, we appreciate the time. Any final thoughts for Titan fans?
I don't think so.
TGOE.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Well, thank you both. Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you. Our guests tonight here at halftime, Illinois Wesleyan volleyball seniors Hannah Teller and Cannon Boyd. We'll come back for the second half in a moment. This is Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WBSN, and the CCIW Network. (29-22), Millikin with the halftime lead for Illinois Wesleyan. As we look at the first half stats, the Titans shot a rough 23% from the field, 6 out of 26, 3 of 16 from 3 for just 19%, but only 30% from 2, as they were 3 out of 10 on 2-point shot attempts, 7 of 10 at the free throw line for 70%. The Big Blue shot a pretty healthy 48%, 11 of 23, 2 of 4 from deep, and 5 of 5 at the free throw line. Millikin, the top rebounding team in the league, and that was on display tonight. 21-13, the edge over the Titans in the first half. Titans with 5 turnovers, Millikin with 10, and that's been one of the things keeping the Titans in this game. Titans led by Carlo Kolak's 9 points, including 4 of 6 from the line. He has a pair of rebounds. Casey Lawrence 6 points on 2 threes. Noah Cleveland has 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. Mason Funk has 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 block shots. Jackson Ego has not scored, has 1 assist and 3 steals on the night. No points off the Titans bench yet. David Williams, Brady Ruggles, Nathan Bolt, Brady Keel, and Connor Williams. And for the Big Blue, led by Lane Toman, the league's leading scorer, 11 points and 6 rebounds. Chris Ketchum with 7 off the bench. Nate Strotter, 5 points. Tion Spates with 4. And Kata Nichols with 2 off the bench. McGrady Noyes, Kobe Anderson, Pat Riglioso, and Eli Stipp, along with Jacob Adelot, have yet to score with the Big Blue with a 7-point lead. They've been up by as many as 13 in this game so far.
Yeah, certainly everything playing out well for Millikin in that first half. Boy, you look at bench scoring, outscoring the Titans 9-0 off the bench in that first half. Plus 10 in the paint in half number 1. Boy, Millikin did a nice job attacking the basket, got much better shots than Illinois Wesleyan did in that first half, and it showed up on the scoreboard in a big way. Let's see if the Titans can battle their way back into this one. It was a good run, that 8-0 run. They got it down to 3, but I think that run that Millikin had, the last 2 buckets of the half, were going to be significant. Built that back to a 7-point lead, and we'll see if they're going to be able to build on that here in half number 2. Titans certainly probably can't shoot the ball any worse than they did in the first half, so let's see if they can get that offense going.
Starters on the floor for both teams as we begin half number 2. Titans in their white and green, going right to left. Left side, Funk pumps a pass, does not get it down low. Instead, it goes on top to Kolak. Now the bounce pass down deep and reaching from behind on Spates. Tried to poke it away and got the whistle. His second foul. Big Blue had 8 fouls in the first half, but against 8 separate players. And Spates gets his second here in the early going.
Yeah, Coach Soderberg did a nice job of getting a lot of good help off his bench in that first half. But I see Chris Ketchum came off the bench, scored 7 points, was a significant factor for the Big Blue. Plus 10, plus minus for Ketchum on the bench. When he was on the floor, they were awfully good. And Illinois Wesleyan not a single point off the bench in half number 1.
Eagle on the baseline inbound. It goes out to Lawrence at the corner. Now the handoff from Cleveland. On top to Funk. Funk on the right side over the handoff here to Jackson Ego. Give and go back out to Kolak. Gets it on the 1 hop. Glides it left of the lane with the left hand for 2.
Well, Carlo had a nice first half attacking the basket. Was able to get to the line quite a bit. It's probably the easiest basket Illinois Wesleyan by far has had all night.
And that's 11 for Carlo Kolak. First in double figures to bring it down to a 5-point difference. Anderson up top. Guarded by Nego in the man-to-man. Right side, Strotter angling inside. Pulls up, 10-footer, too strong. Baseline rebound tipped out by Noyes. It'll go out to the Titans.
Yeah, I like that, though, for Millikin. I think Strotter can shoot over the top of Cason Lawrence. That might put him in a little bit more isolation. Let him kind of make some moves. Be able to rise up over the top. I think they can get some good shots out of those sets.
Now Jackson Ego walks it across for the Titans, down by a handful. Right side, Kolak with a lob down low to Cleveland. Here comes the double. The triple team as he There's a lean inside, got stripped, and the turnover out to Toman with a 1-on-3. Poke from behind by Funk, and the steal goes to Nego. Nego ahead to Funk. Funk right of the lane, behind the back dribble. The spin into the corner. It's a 3-ball. Good for Noah Cleveland.
Well, the Titans now get the first 5 of the half right here. See if they can dig in once again on the defensive end.
As close as they've been in quite a while at 29-27. Baseline drive by Strotter. Bottled up. Sneaks it out to Spates. Left of the lane, Anderson. Anderson moves in onto the half circle. Gets it into Toman. Backs down. Draws the double. Tees it up to Anderson for 3. Off the front of the 10. No. Cleveland the rebound.
That's a big-time rebound right there. Just cleaning the glass that time for Noah.
Titans down by 2. Pass into the corner to Lawrence. Now out to Cleveland for 3. Too strong. Now the rebound to Toman. That would have put the Titans on top.
Yeah, amazingly, that would have put the Titans on top.
Where the Titans had an early 2-0 lead, and that's the only advantage they've had.
Yeah, it took them a long time to get their first field goal. Really struggled to get to 10 points in the first half for quite a while on single digits.
Yeah, went over 5 minutes without a bucket to start the game. Ball poked away from Anderson. Loose near midcourt. Nego tracks it down with a 4-on-1. Nego for 2.
Yeah, it's a high game. See if Coach Soderberg might burn a timeout here early in the half. So Illinois Wesleyan has come out, put up the first 7 points of the second half.
29 all, early second period. Strotter hustles the ball across, guarded closely by Lawrence. On the wing to Anderson, back out to Strotter. Off the pick by Spates. turns the other direction. Spates inside for 2 from Strawder.
Yeah, nice pass by Strawder right there. Spates did a good job setting that screen. Quick roll to the rim right there, and the point guard found him.
Spates with 6. Millikin back in front. Nigo on the drive. He'll turn from 14. A little short. And scooped up by Spates off the floor. 31-29, Big Blue, 3 minutes in, second half. Anderson out on top. Picked by Spates. Anderson hooks it to Spates at the foul line. Back of the left to Noyes. Now Toman. Lawrence has him. Back down by Toman. A hand check by Cason Lawrence. His first foul. First foul of the half on Wesleyan.
See, that's where those switches, Eric, are tough. When you get switched on some of those smaller guards, and that's where Lane Toman can back them down in the lane and really get some good looks at the basket. And Carlo Kolak's going to have to be careful with those switches out there.
Toman off the inbound. Anderson. As Spates looks to set a screen, now gets the basketball. Fakes a pass, now looking, sneaks it back door to Toman, glides in, got contested on a foul by Funk, who has 3 blocks, went for another there, but got the body and picked up his second foul of the game.
Yeah, nice backdoor cut that time. You know, you're trying to play over the top of those handoffs and those interchanges, and you're trying to fight hard to get there. And then he just makes a jab step and goes back door. That's an effective play out there for Millikin. Trying to get as much ball pressure as you possibly can. Lane Toman's a very good free throw shooter. Doesn't drop in the first one.
Has second best in the league at 86%, but that one spun out as Spates checks out of the game. Arrigliasso is back in, the junior from DeSmet High School in the St. Louis area. Second one is good.
Hey, look at Lane Toman's numbers. You start talking about the player of the year in the CCIW. He's going to be right there. I mean, the guy averaging 21.5 points per game, just about 8 rebounds per contest. As many things as he does for the Big Blue.
Millikin up by 3, 32-29. Nigo feeds the post to Cleveland as he moves inside on Arrigliasso and goes glass for 2.
Now, there's another guy who will be in that conversation, no doubt, when it's all said and done. Number 0 for the Titans.
Yeah, I think Noah Cleveland has entered the chat on that discussion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now with 10 points, 32-31. Millikin, 4 minutes gone by the second half. Now it's Toman on the dribble. Around the horn it goes. On the left to Noyes with hand back to Strawder with a well-contested 3. Comes up short. Funk the rebound. Titans push. Ahead to Lawrence. Lawrence in transition. Back to Funk. Into the corner. Jackson Nigo for 3. Got it.
So that was well done by Illinois Wesleyan. And how about the Titans coming out firing here in the second half?
A 12-3 run. First lead of the game since 2-0. At 34-32, Anderson on the right for the Big Blue. Spins the left side to Strawder. Off the pick to the left. Hesitates. Now goes baseline. Draws the double. Back out to Anderson on the penetration. Tees it up into the corner to Noyes. Head fake on a 3. Goes baseline. Balled up by Cleveland. Back out to Anderson. A wide open 3. Well off. Baseline saved by Toman. His pass batted away. Not quite. Noyes the recovery. And the block by Funk, but a shot clock violation as it never reset, as the ball never hit the rim, and they could not get a shot away in time. And maybe the best defensive possession for the Titans tonight.
Yeah, that was really well done. Illinois Wesleyan's really gotten after it in the second half. You have to be impressed with the Titans. They shot the ball so poorly in that first half, and to find themselves in the lead here with 15 to go.
David Williams back in. That's going to be frustrating against this Titan team. Dominate for 16 minutes, a quick run, and there goes your lead. Cleveland baseline draws a double. Funk slides in, pulls up 12-footer, yes.
A nice job by Noah Cleveland. See how he's adjusting to that quick double there, Eric? Takes the dribble out, gets a little bit of space, finds the cutter. That's a well done that time by the sophomore.
Now what a run by Illinois Wesleyan. A different team here in the second half as Illinois Wesleyan on a 14-3 run to take a 36-32 lead with 14:50 to go in the second half. A lot of energy spent on this big comeback. Can they sustain it after being down as many as 13 in the first half?
That's a really good question and a good run by Illinois Wesleyan. And just kind of getting back to what Noah Cleveland did on that last play. Millikin constantly bringing that quick double the entire first half. He got trapped in the first half. That time knew it was coming. Took one dribble, gave himself a little bit of space, able to find Mason Funk on the cut. All of a sudden, a couple shots start going in, Eric. Next thing you know, it's kind of an avalanche of shooting. Hopefully the Titans will shoot it this consistently in the second half. Illinois Wesleyan, though, has gotten the job done tonight, just like they have all year. Their defense kept them in the basketball game in the first half. Now the offense is starting to arrive, and now with that 4-point lead, as poorly as they played in the first half, it's pretty amazing that they have the lead right now in the second half.
Yeah, I think that might be a point of frustration for the Big Blue to have dominated as much as they have, but now they find themselves down by 4 points, but of course still very much in this game. Titans were 6 of 26 from the field in the first half. They have 6 field goals in 9 attempts already here in 5 minutes of the second half.
Getting much better shots. You can see the energy on the defensive end here to start half number 2, and we'll see if they can keep this rolling. But you make a good point, Eric. Sometimes it does expend so much energy, both emotionally and physically, to be able to get yourself back in the contest there. You kind of lose a step maybe as the game goes on. We'll see if the Big Blue have a run in them. And Lane Tolman is the kind of player, though, that can really step up, and it feels like he's the guy who kind of stops these runs for the team in blue, and we'll see if they find him with the basketball.
One of the reasons the Titans have been able to get into their offense is by forcing more turnovers. Millikin has 3 already in the second half and 13 for the game. That's been their downfall so far tonight. Tolman backing down against Kolak into the paint, kicks it out. Noyes raises a 3. Good close out there by Funk to force the miss, and Kolak tracks down the miss for the Titans.
Yeah, Mason's got such a long reach there. It makes that a difficult shot, even though it looked completely wide open when he caught it.
Williams up top to Funk, back to David Williams. Swings it down low to Cleveland. Here comes the double, a little late this time. Cleveland looking, flips it back out to Funk. They reset to Noah, and he got bumped from behind by Arigliasso as he picks up his second foul tonight.
And now we're going to see Ketchum come back in for Millikin. He was a big part of what Millikin did in that first half. He was their second leading scorer off the bench, putting in 7 in just 7 minutes of contest.
Lob to Kolak outside half circle, leans in, and looked like he got mugged on the shot, knocked to the floor, got the foul here against Caden Nichols. And that is his first, team's third. Kolak back to the line where he's 4 for 4 tonight.
Now, Carlo was really the only offense that Illinois Wesleyan had in that first half, scoring 9 of their 22 points, and really helped to keep them in the ballgame.
First one rattles out.
If you look at Carlo's shot from the free throw line, it's generally pretty flat most of the time. We'll see if he can just get a little bit more arch on that thing and find the bottom of the net.
Averaging 11 points, close to 6 rebounds per game. Also 6th in the league in assists as he gets 1 of 2. 37-32, Titans by 5. Tolman pressed in the backcourt. Swings it ahead to Rigliasso. Back to Tolman. They got to hurry. Got it across just in time. Flips it ahead. Ketchum leans in on Funk. Goes glass. No. Blocking foul on Funk. That's his third.
Oh, yeah. That's a tough call against Illinois Wesleyan. I can see why Coach Rowe's upset on that one. Boy, just not a lot of contact right there, especially for a CCIW basketball game.
Third foul on Funk, so the Titans have to monitor that.
Yeah, Mason's just a foul magnet, seems like. Just can't avoid him sometimes.
Ketchum at the line. Ketchum with 7 points in the first half. And the free throw gets all of the rim, drops in. A 57% free throw shooter. So Funk goes out, and Nathan Bolt returns with 13:59 to go.
Ever since Ian Winkler was out of the lineup here for Millikin, Kobe Anderson's seen a ton more minutes. A little more Ketchum off the bench as well. And Millikin's got some great contributions tonight. As I mentioned, 9-0. They outscored Illinois Wesleyan in the first half off the bench. So they're getting those guys coming in. We'll see if Illinois Wesleyan gets a little bit of help off the bench here in the second half.
37-34. Titans up by a trio. Lob inside. A little high. Good catch there by Cleveland. Got double teamed and had to wrestle the ball away as Strotter tried to rip it away and got the whistle. And
Soderberg not real happy with that call. As Noah tried, that was a high lob that time. It took a lot of time for that in the air. It just allowed the help side defense to be able to rotate on the backside. Once he brought it down, they were all over him. And I think Millikin felt like that should have been a jump ball.
Second foul on Strotter, their 4th already of the half. Now another foul on Rigliasso as he got knocked to the floor.
Yeah, he's just trying to play physical defense off of those inside screens. It's just a screen-to-screener play, or a screen and roll back, I should say, by Nathan Bolt that time. And now we get a technical foul, I do believe, against Millikin.
Looks like it. Kramer Soderberg, the Millikin coach, seemed a little displeased and looking in the direction of his bench at the time.
I think it was Origliasso that time.
I think it was, yeah.
Coming off the court that time. Must have said just the wrong thing to the official as he went by.
I think that's I think it's what upset his coach.
Yeah, exactly right, especially in this type of game. Points have been at a premium here so far.
Yes, we now has 4 fouls as Lawrence gets both technical free throws. Well, no one had multiple fouls in the first half for Millikin. Now Wrigley also, their backup big, has 4, and he's likely going to be out for a while.
Yeah, now it's 16 fouls against Millikin, so Illinois Wesleyan goes into the 1-and-1 with that next team foul.
Now looking to add on more in this possession. David Williams in the corner. Kolak with a head fake. Now gets down deep. Had a block off the double clutch. Moving in on Strotter. Got the whistle.
Yeah, not much the official can do right there. Just major contact at the rim. It's going to be 17 fouls now against the Big Blue. And Carlo Kolak goes back to the line. Titans now trying to build a little bit of a lead here in the second half. They fought their way back in front after a frustrating first half. Now trying to build on it.
Third foul on Strotter. Free throw short for Kolak.
You can see again, but just not a lot of arch on that shot. When he gets just a little bit of arch on that shot, that's when he starts to find the bottom of the net. Let's see if he can use those legs right here.
And he does. He gets it to go now with 13.
Now, Carlo, free throws are going to be important for him. He gets there a lot. His ability to be able to turn the corner, head down, get downhill.
Titans go 3 for 4 at the line on that trip to make it a 6-point lead, 40-34. Rolling to the right is Ketchum, between the leg dribble, left of the lane, the floater with the left hand, no. Foul on the floor. On the miss, they've got the Titans, this one on David Williams. His second, 4th team foul.
And sometimes officials like to even things up just a little bit out there. Just not a lot of contact again. But David Williams has to be wondering where that contact was. Second time Ketchum's been in the line, kind of that situation. And he knocks in another free throw here for the Big Blue.
Second man at double figures for Millikin. 3 for 3 at the line.
And Millikin's had a really nice year, 12-5 coming in. Ketchum's second free throw is around and in. Right now in the NPI and the NCAA, second in the conference, so they put themselves in a good position. Boy, this would be a huge one for them tonight if they can pull it off on the road.
Coming off a win against the co-leaders Carthage on Saturday. David Williams in the corner to Cleveland against Ketchum, 0-on-0. Midway through the shot clock, draws the double out to Lawrence. Now to Bolt, left side Kolak. Kolak with a shuffle, goes back to the right, 8 to shoot. Kolak retreats, now goes off the dribble. Into a double team, header knocked away, picked up by Cleveland at 3, at 2. Off balance shot, Cleveland cannot get the roll, but got the foul as the horn was about to go off. Well, a nice scramble there by Cleveland, the recovery and the presence of mind with the shot clock winding down. And he got the foul against Spates, his third. Now they've got 3 guys with some foul concerns here for the Big Blue. It's Cleveland's first free throw is good.
I would have been really surprised if the whistle didn't get blown there. Obviously, body contact as no one went in for that shot. Spun it up there, just couldn't quite get it to go home. But he has settled in very nicely here in the second half.
Cleveland's second free throw is good. He now has a dozen with 5 rebounds and the lead back up to 6. 42-36. Into the quarter to Nichols. Back to Tolman, knocked away by Bolt. Bolt with a steal. Lawrence for 3. Short. And the rebound to Ketchum for the Big Blue.
Well, Kaysen got a good look at it right there. Would have been a big one if it had gone down. It really would have extended this lead.
It's at 6 now. Spates at the top. Cleveland gives him all the room he wants. 3 ball from the corner. Strotter lets it fly. It hits it from in front of the Millikin bench.
Well, you talk about answering right there. Would have been 9. Now it's 3. So a big interchange right there for the Big Blue.
42-39. Cleveland make that Kolak off the pick by Cleveland. Gets into the paint baseline to Noah. Backing down on Spates. Now he stares him down. Swings it out to Lawrence on the wing. They reset it down to Cleveland. It gets around his man. Flipped it up. Left it short, but got the foul. As he did not get the elevation we expected. That's where the contact came in. Tion Spates now has 4 fouls. So 2 of their bigs with serious foul trouble here in the second half with the 12:08 to go. As Cleveland goes back to the line for 2. Good on the first.
Once again, it was solid contact inside that time. Looked like a pretty clear foul against the Big Blue on Spates. As Noah's been taking the ball to the basket and just kind of wearing out the big guys for the Big Blue. Millikin goes small. I don't know if necessarily that's a bad thing for them, though. Spread Illinois Wesleyan out a little bit on the offensive end. Double down inside against Noah Cleveland. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing as Nathan Bolt's going to pick up a clear foul right there. And boy, already 13 fouls called here in the second half. It's been a physical basketball game. Well officiated here so far, though.
Yeah, first foul against Bolt. 5 for the Titans. 4-point game, Wesleyan on top. Token pressure off the inbound. As Ketchum gets the ball across off the pick, set by Stipp. Now 12 minutes to go. Strotter on the right, Brady Ruggles in coverage. Strotter with a crossover. Back out on top, Ketchum, left elbow, Stipp, back to Ketchum. Ketchum turns, looks to go baseline against Nego. Backs him down, pulls up, left elbow, jumper long, tipped, and a nice rebound by Kolak. High, going to be able to track it down.
They did a better job getting that pass out there before he was called for a travel. Really well done.
Kolak now with 4 rebounds. Kolak with a head fake on the arc. Gets to the foul line, back out around the horn to Ruggles. Ruggles on the wing, looking, swings it wide left to Nego for 3. Too strong, rebound to Cleveland. They'll back the ball out. Cleveland stares down his man, Stipp. Back over to Nego. Nego with the right-hand dribble at the foul line, swings it out to Bolt. Now to Kolak, 9 to shoot. Lob left side to Cleveland. They double him, darts it. Out to Ruggles with a head fake. Ruggles into the paint with the dish across to Bolt. The floater, no, but a foul as the shot clock wound down to 2. And the foul on Bolt on the baseline floater. And the big man goes to the line.
It's really one of the few times you really see Millikin with long closeouts, kind of in a scramble mode right there that opens up the lane on the dribble drive. And good job, Illinois Wesleyan, being able to take advantage of that. See if Nathan Bolt can find the scores column here tonight.
10 fouls already in the half on the Big Blues. The first free throw is good for Bolt. 3 of 6 at the line coming in.
Yeah, Millikin's played physical defense and really tried to be physical with Noah Cleveland as well. He's just kind of worn out those big guys inside.
2 for 2 for Nathan Bolt.
We'll see how long Coach Rose is going to sit on Mason Funk on the bench. Mason's got 3 fouls. It's been a problem for Mason this year with that foul trouble. See if he can manage it the rest of the way. As long as the Titans have a pretty good margin, I think they're probably going to keep Mason on the bench.
Under 11 minutes to go. Titans up by 6. Ketchum bullies his way inside and leaned in, but was able to draw the foul on Jackson Nego.
That's going to be a problem for Illinois Wesleyan. There's no doubt about it. Those smaller guards, Millikin, though don't have much size in the post, they've got big guards out there, and that's going to be an issue for Illinois Wesleyan here down the stretch.
Lobbing to Ketchum on the baseline, backing down on Nego. They try to do it again. This time they force him to get rid of it and find Stipp underneath the bucket, and the freshman from Kankakee gets the easy 2 to make it a 4-point game, 45-41 Wesleyan.
Now, there's been times where Ketchum's been the best player on the floor here so far tonight. Did a nice job catching the ball in the post. Boy, trying to play him one-on-one. They brought a double. It seemed like a guy coming over to double finds the man wide open down low, who's able to put it in. And Millikin now back within 4. As Illinois Wesleyan was able to fight into the lead here, but looks like it's going to be a dogfight here the rest of the way. See 2 teams kind of go back and forth. Both teams kind of struggled offensively in the first half. Titans have found it offensively here in half number 2, especially in the first 9.5 minutes here of the second half. We'll see if they can continue and make a run here as Millikin run out of big guys inside as Noah Cleveland's kind of worn them out here in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Just Thrive Health, founded with deep Titan athletics connections by Illinois Wesleyan baseball alum Billy Anderson and his wife Tina. Proud parents of Titan basketball alumni Nina and Marco. Just Thrive Health, where Titan traditions thrive.
That'll be interesting to see if Millikin continues to go at Jackson Nego, the smallest player on the floor for Illinois Wesleyan. If they try to exploit that matchup as much as possible. They're just looking to go one-on-one with Ketchum. We'll see maybe if Illinois Wesleyan switches up their man-to-man responsibilities coming out of timeout.
Jackson Nego brings the ball across up top to Noah Cleveland. Looking to get rid of it. Had the ball knocked away, got it back from Stipp. Puts the ball back on the floor. Unloads to Kolak. Kolak on the drive, the give and go inside of Cleveland as he wraps around 2 defenders. Didn't get it to fall. And Stipp has the rebound for Millikin.
Yeah, really nice job from behind, getting the block right there for the Big Blue. And Brady Keel and Mason Funk are going to come on the floor. We'll see if Cleveland's going to find a little bit of time on the bench here to rest for the last maybe 8 or 9 minutes of the game. And Mason Funk coming back in the contest, maybe trying to give them a better defensive matchup.
Strotter left of the lane now midway through the second half. Titans by 4. Shot clock at 8. It's Ketchum on the right to Strotter against Ruggles with a head fake. Baseline pulls up, 15-footer, tough shot, back rimmed it, and Kolak has the rebound.
That's why Brady Ruggles is on the floor. He gives them a little bit more size, harder to shoot over him.
Titans lead by 4. Kolak left of the lane, squares for the shot, doesn't take it. Nigo on the right wing, penetrates on Nichols, chest pass to Kolak for 3, got it.
Boy, Carlo Kolak has really shot the ball well the last couple of weeks. And those threes are going in. He is a really tough guard.
Kolak with 16 on the night, and the Titans lead by 7. Tillman on the drive, gives it up on the wing. Ketchum now to Nichols. Nichols curls to the foul line. Bounce pass on the wing, stiff, back out to Nichols. Wide left to Ketchum. Ketchum leans in on Nigo. He'll fade from 12 and banks it in for the wing.
Yeah, again, taking advantage of that size, but he ran into Noah Cleveland. Nice little fade that time, and using the glass field, knocking home. But he's had a really nice ball game.
13 points to lead the Big Blue. Down to a 5-point game, 9 minutes left. Nigo up top. Swings it across to Cleveland for 3, short. And Tillman boxes out to grab the rebound.
And I think Coach Rhodes would like to get to this a dead ball here, just be able to get some subs in the game here.
And he's got 4 guys at the scorer's table. Right side, it is Nichols. Back out to Starter, crossover dribble, pulls up 18-footer. Nicely done on the fake, and he drains the 18-footer.
Yeah, really well done that time by Starter. Kind of got defender Ruggles back on his heels, and Coach Rose will take a timeout as Millikin fights their way back in it. Down by 7, back-to-back buckets. And get back within 3 here with 8:26 to go in the contest. But this is going to be a tight one the rest of the way. We've kind of talked about Illinois Wesleyan has dominated this matchup in recent years, and the numbers kind of lay that out. But they played some tough games against Millikin. They've had some really close games against the Big Blue, and they've had some close games at the Shirk Center as well. Titans have been able to pull them out, and it looks like it's going to be that way here tonight against a Millikin team that is a strong Millikin basketball team this year, especially on the perimeter. Got some guys that can really score. And what I've been impressed with, Eric, maybe the most for Millikin is their ability to bring guys off the bench as well that really contribute.
The fact that you've had a number of these guys that have been a part of this program for a number of years, they bring some experience. They've been through some growing pains, and Coach Soderberg, who did a tremendous job in his first year, had their first winning season in over a decade. They backslid a little bit the last 3 years, but have surged again to a 12-5 record this year. Brady Keel on the left wing, out to Funk. Funk back to Keel. Keel looks it over now to Lawrence to the right against the double. Bounce pass on the wing to Williams. Ball kicked by Anderson.
That's tough.
5 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it gets back to 20 now. That's tough for Millikin right there. Well, they're going to be baseline out of bounds. The Titans get 15 extra seconds now on that shot clock off that kick ball.
10 women now up 16 on Carthage, late third quarter in Kenosha. As Williams looks to inbound into the corner on the wing. It's a 3 ball for Kolak. No good. Tracked down by Lawrence. Off the 1 hop. They'll reset with a fresh 20. Williams at the top of the key. Now under 8 minutes to go. Williams over to Kolak. Kolak with the jab step. Gets down into the paint. Jump step. Leans in. Double clutch. Slips it across the keel and got fouled on the layup from the left block. And that's going to be on Stipp. A freshman gets his first.
Yeah, Carlo making another play. He's made a ton of them for the Titans here so far in this contest. Leading scorer in the first half. Kept them in the ball game that time. Dropping it down to Brady Keel. Boy, Carlo's been huge in this game as Brady Keel able to knock down the first free throw.
Keel 3 for 9 at the line coming in. Averaging about 4 points per game. Off the bench. And now looking for 2 and spins out. Still a 4-point game. Titans up 49-45 as Ketchum grabs the rebound. Coach Rose telling the guys to get their hands up as they go to a zone here at the free throw line. Pass inside to Noyes on the baseline, launching it out of the top. Back of the quarter to Ketchum. A tough 3, skims off the rim and tracked down by David Williams for the Titans.
Yeah, when you're the Titans, all you want to do is just get 1 or 2 possessions out of that zone defense.
Kolak wide open for 3, shot it long. And Strider has the rebound for the Big Blue.
I know Coach Rose does not like to go to that zone, but if you can just escape a couple possessions out of it, that's what you're looking for.
Strider with a dump down to Stipp, and a foul before the shot. Came off the dish from Strider. So no basket.
Now I see Lane Tillman now back in the contest here for Millikin. Titans have done a nice job on him in the second half, but Ketchum has more than made up for that Strider will head to the free throw line here, as I do believe Illinois Wesleyan, that was their 17th foul.
Okay.
So this will be a 1-and-1 here for the Big Blue.
They do post that as number 7, Kason Lawrence with his second. Now Nego comes back in for David Williams.
Things a little better from the three-point line for Illinois Wesleyan here in the second half, but still just 6 out of 25 for the game. Have not shot it well at all behind the arc, and we'll see if that picks up over the last 7-11 of the contest. They're going to need every single one of them, looks like.
Yeah, they started, I believe, 1 for 13 before they got it going, but they missed the last few. Strider hits the front end of a 1 and bonus. He's 3 for 4 at the line tonight.
And Millikin, 10 out of 11 from the free throw line here, and now 11 out of 12 from the free throw line of the contest.
Strider settles for 1. Second one skims off. Funk runs it down.
That's funny. Strider missed 1 and Toman missed 1, and they haven't missed any others. So a couple of really good free throw shooters haven't knocked them down.
49-46 Wesleyan.
Wow.
Give and go to Funk over his shoulder for 2 off the nifty assist from Carlo Kolak.
Yeah, Carlo Kolak just read the eyes of Mason Funk. It was go, and he threw it to a spot.
51-46 Wesleyan. Inside off the glass for 2 for Strider.
See, I like that. Big guards for Millikin against the smaller guards for Wesleyan. Take advantage of those matchups.
51-48 Titans by 3. Left side Lawrence. Now to Nego on the right to Kolak. Kolak with a skip pass. Funk in the corner open for 3. Front rimmed it. Tip. Cleveland with a rebound, but he went over the back. And Noah Cleveland got his second foul. 8th team foul, so it's back to the other end for a 1 and bonus for Stipp, who has struggled at the line. He's 70% from the field, but from the stripe, he's 4 of 15 coming in. Has a 1 and bonus here, and he looked perfect on the first.
Oh, Illinois Wesleyan went to that skip pass across the top. We saw that against Augustana with the deep help in the post. Go to that skip. Three-pointer was there, just didn't go down.
Stipp with a bit of a protracted release on the foul shot, short of the second. So it's a 2-point game at 51-49.
Millikin was down 7 in this contest. Here's the lob over the top.
Inside Cleveland. Doubled, has to get it back out. Flips it out to Lawrence. On the right to Nego. On the penetration, back to Lawrence. A long 3. Got it.
Oh, there's Kason Lawrence. Has had a hard time shooting it tonight and knocks down the big one right there. Now let's see if they take Strider here one-on-one against Nego, try to set him up.
6 minutes to go. Titans by 5. Stipp outside the half circle with a tough shot to redirect it around Cleveland. Missed it. Titans come away with it. Nego in transition. Nego on the stop and go. Out on top to Funk. Titans reset by 5. Nego with a left-hand dribble. Directs traffic as he journeys to the left. The lob inside. Cleveland off the backboard for 2 from Mason Funk.
Yeah, and there's Mason Funk, doing the job on the defensive end, drops a dime. He had the backdoor cut on the layup, doing all those little things to help the team be able to win. And the thing is, that entry pass was so quick, help side defense couldn't possibly get over there and be able to stop inside Noah Cleveland getting all the way to the basket. So Illinois Wesleyan now with their biggest lead of the game here, 7 with 5:33 to go, and we'll see how the finish is going to be the rest of the way.
Yeah, nice finish by the Titans, scoring 5 unanswered. Cleveland now with 15 points, 6 rebounds. Kolak, 16 points and 6 boards. Mason Funk, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 5 rebounds, and 4 block shots.
Yeah, and it's just been a night where everything's put hard for Illinois Wesleyan. Very difficult in the first half. The team has really shown a lot of character, being able to rally to get this lead here now in half number 2. Give Millikin a ton of credit in this game. They played really well in the defensive end. They've taken advantage of the matchups that they need to take advantage of. And Illinois Wesleyan's done a nice job so far against Toman. He could get hot, though, at any moment. He's the kind of guy that can really carry a team, and we'll see if they can keep the basketball out of his hands here. He's got 12 points in the game. Strider's been able to get things going a little bit. He's got 13. He can shoot over the top of those guards, so they've got a lot of players that they can go to down here in the last 5:33 of the contest.
Titan fans, you can make a difference for Illinois Wesleyan athletics by supporting the Titan Athletics Fund. You're helping to provide opportunities for student athletes to succeed both on and off the field. Every gift strengthens our programs, facilities, and the overall Titan experience. experience. If you'd like to support the free live streams of every Titan Athletics event, simply select the Athletic Communications Department when making your gift. It's quick and easy. Just visit iwsports.com and click on Support the Titans. Join us in keeping Titan pride strong today and for generations to come.
Elmhurst leads Carthage by 2, 5 minutes to go at Elmhurst.
7-point game here for Illinois Wesleyan. At the left elbow, Spades back in with 4 fouls. Catch him on the right wing. On the cut, Starter leans in, pulls up, pushes up a one-hander, no. Rebound tipped by Cleveland and one by Nego. Ahead to Funk. Funk on the right, puts on the brakes, and they'll set up the offense. No hurry here with a 7-point lead.
Yeah, good job by Noah Cleveland. Just gave just enough help that time to make that shot for Starter a little bit more difficult.
Funk going out to Nego, top of the key, swings it on the right to Kolak. Nego back to Lawrence with a head fake. To Funk on the wing. Shot clock at 7 at 6. Nego from the wing, no. Tipped. Offensive rebound. Cleveland got it back. Double team leans in. They'll reset. Nego at the foul line. Tried to sneak it inside and threw it behind. Kolak out of bounds.
Yeah, Kason Lawrence was wide open at the 3 that time. Would have loved to see that little kick out and give 14 a chance to line one up.
So it remains a 7-point game. Titans in front. 4.5 minutes to go. Starter with a running start. Back to Noyes. Toman on the wing. Starter once again. Coach Soderberg calling for motion. Backdoor nicely done to Noyes, who goes glass for 2. Slid into the back door, got the layup, and the foul on Cleveland, his third.
What an impressive finish that time on the backside. And Noyes going all the way down, getting inside. 6'5" sophomore, really nice finish on the reverse. That was well done that time by Millikin, taking advantage of a little bit of an overplay right there. A little bit of help up by the Titans there, and able to get all the way to the basket.
Noyes, a transfer from McHenry College, an NAIA in Southern Illinois, gets the 3-point play.
Boy, big swing there. Titans had a chance to go up 9, maybe 10 with a triple. Millikin fights their way back.
56-52, top of the key, Cleveland. Journeys to the left, hands off to Nego, curls to the top, right side, Lawrence, a 3. There it is!
There's the 3 we talked about a second ago. Boy, Kason Lawrence, he didn't hesitate one bit.
4th 3-pointer of the night for Lawrence, now with 14 points, 59-52. Baseline Starter off the backboard. It spun out. Rebound recovered by Starter as he tried to untangle from the pack. He got held. Now, both teams in the double bonus, so that's Funk getting his 4th. With 3:47 to go, they weathered the storm with him out of the lineup after his 3rd foul. And they just keep him in here for the final 3:47.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where they're going to head. He's just going to have to manage it the best he possibly can. Still play hard, still play Mason Funk basketball.
Starter with the line, making the first of 2. 2 free throws, rest of the way for both teams. Starter with 14 points. Just 2 below his average.
North Central trying to get their second conference win. They lead Carroll by 4, minute and a half to go in Naperville.
Titans have Carroll on Saturday up north. Second free throw rims out, and Cleveland gets the Carrom off the one hop.
Yeah, a bunch of close games in the CCIW again tonight.
And we have one here at Shirk. Titans up by 6. Funk at the top, right side to Nego, gets it down low to Cleveland. A triple team swarms in, and one of them got the whistle. It'll be free throws here for Cleveland as Lane Tillman gets his 2nd infraction.
Augustana's led almost the entire way. They lead North Park by 9. 8:41 to go in that contest as North Park trying to get off the schneid in the CCIW.
Cleveland at the line. First one is good. Now with 16 points, 8 rebounds.
Nope. Mason Funk is going to go to the bench here, so Nathan Bolt comes in the contest. Gives the Titans some length. Good defender, good shot blocker.
Cleveland 7 of 9 at the line tonight. Around the rim and in for the sophomore from Normal Community.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is now the Titans' largest lead of the contest here at 8 points.
Down by as many as 13 of the first half. It looked rough there for a while, but the Titans weathered the storm. Good finish to the first half and started strong in half number 2.
They're going to go back to catch him here, trying to isolate against Jackson Nego out front.
Now the flip to Tillman, right of the lane. Looks to go baseline on Tillman against 2 defenders and hits the fade from the baseline.
That is a very nice play by Lane Tillman. Boy, you get up against the big guy that time, Noah Cleveland. Nice little fade. That left-hand stroke looked good.
Tolman with 14 points, 6-point difference with 3 minutes to go. Cleveland on the right side with the handoff to Nigo. Now to Bolt to the wing. Back out to Nigo. Bolt once again gets the ball down low to Cleveland. Now he fronts his man. Spates backs down, kicks it out. They rotate it around the horn left side to Lawrence. Sidesteps a wide open three off the front rim. No. Kolak the offensive rebound. And they'll reset. Goes back out. Nigo for three. Got it.
Oh, a huge shot by Jackson Nigo. Great job by Carlo Kolak to kick that ball back out. And the Titan Jr. knows what to do with it.
Nigo with his second three-pointer of the game, 64-55. Titans by 9 with 2:22 to go. On the left, it's Tolman. Strokes a three from the wing and knocks it down. And Tolman with 17, keeping the Big Blue very much in it. It is still a two-possession game as Millikin takes a timeout. 2:15 remaining.
Yeah, on that particular play right there, I think you'd rather give Tolman the two-point jump shot, the fade away on the baseline. You got to get up on the three. Take that three ball away at that point. Give him that fadeaway shot. Give him a drive to the basket. Give him anything but an open three. I think Carlo maybe one step too far off on that particular play. Just gave Tolman just a little bit too much room, and he knocked it down right in his face. Lane Tolman is a gutty kid. He's a player, no doubt about that. And he comes up with a couple of huge shots here to keep Millikin in the game. A baseline shot on the fadeaway, and that three-pointer right there. Still a two-possession game now with 2:15 to go. Illinois Wesleyans hit some big shots here down the stretch. Boy, the Titans put up 22 points in the first half. They've got 42 in the second half. Much better half offensively as their defense kept them in the game early, and now their offense has found its stride here in the second half. We'll see if they can keep it going. The question is who can finish in the last 2:15 now.
Mason Funk back in. He'll put the ball in play with Lawrence, Nigo, Kolak, and Cleveland on the floor with him. And the Big Blue will back off into the man-to-man as Nigo hot-foots the ball across.
And remember, it's two shots the rest of the way for both teams.
Nigo rolls off the screen. He goes to the baseline, shuffles the ball back out. Now to Funk. 2 minutes to go. Shot clock at 12. Kolak takes his time, left of the lane. With a shuffle, gets into the paint, goes baseline to Cleveland. Got around one defender, reverses for two.
A nice job by Noah that time, using the basket there as a little protection against the shot blockers inside, able to reverse right there. And now I think if you're Illinois Wesleyan, let anybody beat you but number 3 and number 7 here. Strutter and Tolman, those are the guys that are probably going to look for the shot here. Take away that three-point shot from Millikin. Let's see if the defense, they can write it again here the rest of the way.
Titans got a delay of game there. Just a warning as they bring the ball across. Big Blue down by 8. Tolman deep on the left. Moves in on Kolak. Kolak has him well covered. They bump a couple of times. Now the fade from 16, in and out. Tipped off the backboard. No, it's loose. Tracked out of the corner, Cleveland and Spates were battling for it. It's out of bounds off the Titans. Millikin keeps it with 1:27 to go.
I think Noah wanted a replay right there on that one. And it felt like it went off the Millikin player, but good hustle on both sides.
Now Tolman off the inbound to Spates. Cleveland with a reach in, went for the steal and got the foul. Boy, it came so close. He has had a trademark move of poking the ball away on the perimeter. Got a strip and score back in the first half, but here he gets his 4th foul and the Titans stopping the clock, which they don't want to do.
Absolutely. 2 shots coming up now here for Spates.
Spates only 50% at the line this year, though, and he misses the first.
That might work out well for the Titans. Now you got to get a block out. Cannot afford to give up an offensive rebound on the miss here.
Spates with 6 points. Free throw is good.
I'd be interested to see if Millikin's going to face guard a little bit, really pick up that pressure here against Illinois Wesleyan. No, it's a 3-possession game right now. The Titans want to be patient on the offensive end, and they are going to give a foul, it looks like. He's giving it, no doubt about it. Oh, interesting.
And 1:17 to go. The foul sends Nigo to the line. Foul the 3rd on Ketchum.
Now in this situation here, if Illinois Wesleyan, if you knock down both free throws here, protect that three-point line. You don't want to give up an easy 2, but protect that 3.
Long on the first for Nigo, 62% free throw shooter.
Yeah, generally it's 3-pointers that beat you here at the end of these types of games. Let's see if Jackson can knock down the 2nd of 2 right here. Illinois Wesleyan, it's nice to have. Don't have to shoot those 1-and-1s. You get 2 every time.
Second one is good. Nigo now with 9 points. 67-59. As Ketchum hustles the ball up, watched by Nigo. Starter comes clean on the left side, moves it on Lawrence with a high dribble, the scoop and the score. Not much resistance there. Starter with 16 points and a foul with 1:02 remaining as they'll send Lawrence to the line.
And Millikin only has one timeout left here in this contest, so Case and Lawrence now will head to the line. As Illinois Wesleyan, a couple things you like to do defensively. Number one, you want to guard that three-point line. Number two, you want to make them take as much time off the clock as you possibly can. On the offensive end, you're going to have to be ready to get fouled on every possession here. As I think Kramer Soderberg's made a good decision here, just try to extend this game as much as possible. Hope the Titans miss some free throws, and the first one goes down for Case and Lawrence.
Lawrence 3 for 3 at the line tonight, now with 15 points, 88% of the stripe coming in. He's made it a 3-possession game. And tacks on one more as the Titans lead 69-61.
Yeah, we'll see now if Ketchum is going to try to take it right to the basket. Something's got to happen fast for Millikin.
Now to Tolman to fade a tough shot. High arcer, no. Funk the rebound. Funk takes the ball right down the middle before he got bumped by Tolman.
Yeah, I don't think Kramer Soderberg was real happy with that shot right there from Tolman. That was a really difficult three-point shot. And it pretty much took a possession away here for Millikin. Titans now knock down a couple free throws here. It'll be the first time they can extend to a double-digit lead on the evening.
Funk 71% at the line. First one is good.
You know, if the Titans can hold on in the last 50.5 seconds, really you got to give a lot of credit to Illinois Wesleyan tonight. Things were not going well in the first half. Still a long ways to go, but the team showed a ton of character here, bouncing back in the second half.
Funk knocks down a pair, now with 8 points.
You bring David Williams in. Gives you a little bit taller guard than Jackson Nigo. Makes it a little bit harder for them to shoot over the top.
Starter gets it off the inbound, scampers into the front court, guarded by Lawrence. Goes over the screen, long two, no good. Loose ball, Tolman tracks it down. Foul line jumper blocked by Funk. Bobbled, it's to Kolak. Kolak runs out of trouble and got grabbed by Starter with 34.7 seconds to go.
Yeah, Mason Funk. Just that extension once again. Able to get a hand on the basketball. We talked about the player to watch tonight was Mason Funk. Good offensive player. Really, really good defensive player. Gets a hand on the basketball. It's not just the block shots, it's the deflections. The shots that are tougher to get because of that extension and that reach that young man has. Carlo Kolak, well, he's been huge tonight. Carlo had 9 in the first half. Doesn't seem like a gigantic point total. We only put up 22 and a half, though. That's a big number. Kept the Titans in it. Well, he's been huge in the second half as well.
Now with 17 points, gets 1 of 2 there. Tolman the rebound. 11-point game with 30 seconds to go. The spin move. Ketchum down deep. Got the whistle. And he'll go to the line for 2. As Funk gets his 5th, and Mason Funk, another very active game on both ends of the floor. Fouls out for now the 6th time this year. Funk with 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 block shots, which ties the modern-day record for Illinois Wesleyan basketball for a single game. Nathan Bolt had that a couple of weeks ago. Go back to prior to 2000. The record, I believe, is 8 for the Titans, but highest since then.
Another really good defensive effort here for Illinois Wesleyan tonight. Millikin sitting at 62, held them to 29 in the first half. Now with under 30 seconds, we'll see if the Big Blue are going to foul them or not. This is a good win for Illinois Wesleyan.
72-62.
Might not have been as pretty as they wanted, but really a gutty performance tonight by the team in white.
I think it's hard to win pretty against this Big Blue team. They make you play ugly.
Yeah, I certainly agree. And this is a good Millikin team. They played good basketball all year, coming off that big win against Carthage. Had a 7-point halftime lead, and the Titans were able to rally.
They don't foul. Titans will dribble out the final seconds in this CCIW victory. 72-62 the final. Titans grind this one out with a big second half comeback. They hang a C note on the Big Blue in the second half, outscoring them 50-33 for the 72-62 win. Our post-game comes up next. We'll hear from Coach Ron Rose and a player guest as well. The Titans win it 72-62 over Millikin. Back in a moment. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on 88.1 FM, WVSN, IWSports.com, and the CCIW Network.
It's time to play Did You Know?
Wrong one? No, you're fine. You're fine. Here at Illinois Wesleyan, our final, the Titans win it 72-62 as Illinois Wesleyan gets victory number 8 in a row. But boy, it was not easy. Carlo Kolak, I'm sure, can vouch for that. Carlo, our player guest tonight, 17 points, 8 rebounds, and the Titan victory. Boy, that was a tough one. What do you think keyed the comeback after a rough start?
Yeah, I think Millikin did a great job, kind of taking us out of our stuff in the first half, and Coach said we're kind of hesitant, slow, just didn't have pace, and so in the second half, what we really focused on is just having pace and being persistent. Honestly, a big part of our offense is Noah, and they really played to take him out, but we had to stay persistent, keep feeding him, and I think we did a much better job in the second half, which worked out in the end.
We've seen a lot of teams guard Noah in different ways. Tonight it was the quick double. They brought the double quick. So what kind of adjustments did you talk about at halftime with the quick double team that Millikin was bringing? Yeah,
like I said, just being persistent. Got to give it to Noah, but then it's on him to really be smart. They're coming from the behind, so he can't really spin into it. But the big adjustments is that he kicks it back out quickly, and then we go right back in, or we look for the skip. It worked a couple of times, but the teams are going to throw a lot of stuff at Noah, but we're just confident that Noah's going to find a way, like he did tonight, and we're going to work with him to do so.
So the one thing I like is that I always know you're going to guard the best player, so I can always ask you about what that's like. Talk about Lane Toman, talk about his game and how you prepared for it.
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie to you. There's a lot of lefties in the CCIW. There's a bunch of lefties, but
it's a good experience.
I think you saw one on Saturday.
Yeah,
as well,
I saw
right?
one on Saturday, and I've been seeing them. Elmhurst has one, Carroll has one, but Lane Toman, I think he's a great player. I mean, he's a 3-level scorer, stronger guy too. Yeah. When you cut him off, he can change directions. He really has a good pull-up, and so really just trying to limit his shots and make him as hard as possible. My goal was he's a great shooter. He's shooting 40-some% from the three-point line. And so I really tried to get him in that mid-range. He did hit some tonight, but ultimately I think, with the help of my teammates as well, they do a great job helping me. It's not just me alone. We stopped them as much as we could.
Talk about switches. How do you decide when to switch, especially a guy like that? Because if he gets on one of the smaller guards, he'll post up. So what was the conversation about switching those interchanges?
Yeah, it's we call them emergency switches, so I try to stay on him as much as possible. It's really on me to communicate it. If I'm really far behind him, I have to yell out switch, and then whoever's the closest guy switches onto him. But overall, we really just try to keep me or whoever his assignment is at the time on him. So try to stay away from switches as much as possible. But if it does happen and there's a smaller guy on him, then we double with the next biggest guy.
Confidence on the offensive end. Obviously, 22 points in the first half, but what's the conversation like at halftime when you do have a half, you just don't shoot the ball very well?
Yeah, I mean, shots are going to fall. You're going to miss shots. Like I said, we talked about half. When shots aren't falling, you have to find other things that you excel at. And once you find a rhythm in those other things that you excel at, shots will start falling like we saw tonight. I think we took a lot more pride on defense in the second half, rebounding, and then after that, we started pushing in transition, shots started falling. So So just keep believing in it.
We saw you guys taking the ball to the basket, you in particular in the first half. That seemed to be one of the few things that was going in the first half, and maybe that opened things up in the second half when you were able to generate more turnovers and get up and down the floor in transition.
Yeah, just staying aggressive, like I said. I mean, they hedge off a ball screen, so, my goal was particularly, like, when Noah sets me a screen, I know his guy's going to hedge, so I kind of take on the hedge and then go around it and just keep pushing. I think we're a great passing team. And so even with the drives, looking out to pass the three-point shooters, I mean, we have so many excellent shooters. I can't name them all. There's too many of them. So that's the game plan here.
Talk about with your experience. You've been through the CCIW before. I don't know if you know this, but you're first place now at the turn. Carthage lost tonight.
I just saw that.
6-2.
Wow.
So with your experience in the CCIW, you have the lead now. How do you kind of get the rest of the guys now to know, hey, we still got a tough path ahead the last 8?
Yeah, I mean, I have ultimate belief and trust in our team that they understand how hard it is in the CCIW. I mean, I've been here for 4 years, and you can't get too comfortable. I mean, every CCIW game is just as hard as the next one. I mean, you saw it tonight. There's so many. I mean, I think every team in the CCIW this year is really good. And so we are at the top, 6-2. But, next game, that could all change if we start fat catting, like Coach Rose says.
Well, no fat catting at Carroll on Saturday. How about that?
Yeah, none.
We appreciate the time. Congratulations. Great performance. And we'll see you on Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you. Illinois Wesleyan senior Carlo Kolak is our post-game guest here as the Titans get the victory, 72-62, the final over the Big Blue. And Coach Rose will be making his way up here momentarily. We'll review the final numbers while we have a moment. Titans were 37% from the field, only 23% of the first half, but 52% of the second half. 19 of 51 for the game, 9 of 30 from three-point range. Again, much better in the second half, 30% overall, 25 of 34 at the line for 74%. Titans were out-rebounded 36-32, but better in the second half than they were in the first. Titans had 7 turnovers, while the Big Blue had 14 for the game. Millikin shot 43% from the floor, 21 of 49. They were 4 of 12 from three-point range for 33%, 16 of 22 at the stripe for 73%. We'll go through the individual numbers here in a little bit as the Titans win it 72-62. And Coach Ron Rose is making his way up here to join us on the post-game show. So, Coach, not able to hear?
I don't think he's coming through. Now it is.
Now it is. There we go.
Loud and clear.
So, boy, a rough start after maybe one of the best games we saw all year. First half, one that you may want to throw away. But what do you think was the difference in getting to play Titan basketball in the second half?
Certainly the tale of two halves. And best way to describe that I can think of in the moment our play the first half is boring. We were just slow. And I give Millikin a ton of credit. I mean, they're tough. They came in with a great defensive game plan. But, we're taught catch the ball, ready to shoot it, drive it, or move it. And instead of 1-second decisions, we're making 3- and 4-second decisions. We're just slow in everything. We talk about doing your work early. In other words, if you want to catch the basketball, you've got to do your work before the ball is about ready to come to you. And they were beating us to all those moments. Screening actions they were winning. They, the double they brought to Noah was a little bit different. As the ball was being fed, they were bringing someone. A lot of teams wait until either he catches it or he dribbles it. The double was coming when the ball was in the air, so he was doubled the moment he caught it. And I thought the first half that kind of took us, put us on our heels, and we completely went away from Noah. That then we were just kind of running offense, and everything we got was hard. I thought I loved halftime. Our guys really. The maturity of the group in terms of being determined to be tougher in those moments and where we want to catch the ball, how we want to cut, how we want to deliver the ball quicker, and we have to get the ball to Noah, or at least we have to be stubborn enough and try to. And I thought late in the game you saw us again figure out either get a ball to Noah or that weak side. They're bringing the lowest weak side defender, and he's the guy that was coming for the double a lot of the night. And we did a better job of recognizing that. But big part was the ball just moved. It moved much quicker the second half, and as a result, we scored 22 the first half and 50 the second. One thing we always tell our guys, more passes equal more points. When that ball's moving, multiple guys touch it, it's getting both sides of the floor. We typically are in a much better rhythm.
The one thing you have to love about this team, offense goes up and down, but defense has been very consistent for this team this year, and you rode your defense. You only scored 22 in the first half, but you're only down 7 at the break and have a chance to get back on top.
And that was the conversation. Hey, until we start clicking offensively, we got to keep guarding. We need to keep making things difficult for them. And they're a hard guard. Lane Tolman is, every time he shot the ball, he thought it was going in. Mm-hmm. And Straughter's an incredibly talented guy, and they do such a good job of cutting off of screening action. But I did think our defensive intensity again. Thank goodness we have Carlo Kolak to make things difficult and size, and we ran Carlo hard. I don't know 36 minutes. We ran him hard, but we really felt like when Tolman was on the floor, we needed Carlo on the floor, and he again did a terrific job.
He was a huge part of getting the victory tonight because not only is he guarding their best player, but he's also being asked to score quite a bit as well, and he's getting it done on both sides.
Yeah, he's a complete player. And rebounding.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you have tonight? He had 17 points, 8 rebounds. And, yeah, he had a big one where he elevated over everybody late in the game that was huge. Every stop was big tonight, because it was such a highly contested game. And Carlo's a complete player. I think he's one of the best, if not the best, perimeter defenders in the conference. And then again, he is, I think, especially when we were sputtering offensively, he was a real spark. One of the things that has been a trademark of this team are assists. And I think the first half, I could be wrong, but I think we had 2.
Yeah, 2 at halftime.
And 11 the second half, which
so
tells
2
the
assists
story.
on 6 field goals in the first half, and then much better in the second half.
And we're really good passing team, and I think it showed up the second half in the type of shots we're getting. And I really also challenged Noah, I get why you'd want to float a little bit and get away from the post when you're down there. And you got 3 guys on you, and there's in the second half, he did a nice job of playing inside and out, and that made a big difference. It frees up stuff for everyone. Kaysen hit some big shots down the stretch. I thought everyone really did a nice job that second half of really hunkering down and to your point, playing Titan basketball.
There was a play in the second half where they brought that quick double. Noah pivoted out of it, found Mason on the cut inside. It kind of encapsulated kind of how that second half went with his ability to be able to deal with those double teams.
And we're watching in real time his development. That's a different defense than he's seen.
Sure.
And I'm really proud of Noah, how he responded tonight. It was a tough first half for everybody, but second half, he really showed some grit and determination, and that was a terrific pass. That's not easy to do when you've got 2 or 3 people coming at you. To keep your wits, keep your composure, and find the open man. There's a tendency to just want to get rid of it, and I thought he did a nice job of passing with sureness out of the post.
The character of this team has really shown up about the last month. You start off 1-2 in the conference, and now with Carthage's loss tonight, you find yourself in the lead now at the turn, so this team has really turned it on and really playing some good basketball.
Well, that's news. I didn't know Elmhurst beat them.
Yeah, beat them by 12 tonight.
Elmhurst is playing some really good basketball.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm. Every night out, this game, halftime, we're down 7. Every night out, you have got to bring your best basketball. And to your point, we clearly are playing much better than early in the year. We had a tough draw, 3 straight away games in a time where we were still trying to find ourselves, and we dug ourselves a little hole, but you can see the confidence in this group. And even when we were down, we're 11, 12,
13. Down 13
down
first half.
Down 13 at 20, maybe 25 to 12. we felt like, hey, if we can just get this thing under 10 at half and level this off a little bit, and there's a confidence brewing about this group with each teammate too. I love, it's one of the fun things of being a team is the conversations you hear and how our guys talk to each other and build each other up and challenge each other. It's really terrific to be the coach of a team of smart players that are incredibly close-knit, that can do those things, can both challenge, encourage, and pull together during difficult times.
The best teams all seem to have those.
No doubt. And we said from the beginning of the year this was going to be a team that throughout the year is going to grow and improve, and every night out is a new experience, and this was a great experience. I'm so to be down 7 and then have to come back and play good basketball and not panic and improve. That's a great opportunity for this team to win a basketball game in a different manner and be face some of that adversity. And do you pull together? Do you keep your composure? And thrilled to say they did.
And to start the second of the round robin on Saturday, going to Carroll, a team that gave you quite a battle here a couple of weeks ago.
Well, Carroll's really good. I mean, hit it on repeat, right? Whoever we play for the next 4 weeks, it's, hey, those guys are really good. They're going to compete, play really hard. I mean, that's what I take away from that first time is I just remember how hard they played and how highly contested and physical it was. CCIW has historically been a physical league, and this year is no exception.
Congratulations on the win. Certainly hard fought here tonight, and we'll see you back on Saturday at Carroll.
Yeah, big road trip here before we get 4 home games in a row. So it'll be a great challenge on the road. Looking forward to it, and really appreciate you guys being here.
Indeed.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations on the win. Titans victorious tonight, 72-62, our final scores. We review the final individual numbers for Illinois Wesleyan. They have 3 in double figures, led by Noah Cleveland's 19 points and 8 rebounds. Carlo Kolak, 17 points and 8 boards. Kason Lawrence with 16 on the night. Jackson Nego had 9 points, 5 assists, and 4 steals.